Got to get better at this. Quicker. I don't know how to do it though. Boom. 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 Back to Hangouts. We're good. Jeff Kennedy, what up, dude? Gavin, what's up, man? Ironworks, what's up, dude? I haven't live streamed like I don't know, a week or something, so I figured I'm tired of playing video games. Cheers. What's going on, everybody? Damn. Look at that. Getting old, getting fat, and getting bald. Chi-Town, what's up, dude? T, what's up? T, seen you got that other Reef Bright in there. How you like it, man? They're expensive, but they're kind of cool. I've been thinking about it, but they're just expensive. Chilling in the thunderstorm. Jeff, where are you at again? Chi-Town, what's up, buddy? How is your 20? I think so. 20. How's the 20 doing? I know, Jeff, I know. By that time, I'm gonna have like just this little circle right here, and this is just gonna be nothing. So I wake up, gotta like move my hair around, trying to make it. Oh, it sucks. Port Huron, Michigan. You're way over there. Carlos, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Jay Carey, what's up, bro? Jay, why don't you jump in here? I don't know if there's a lot of people in here. I'm sure most of them have seen your fish tank. Let's check that thing out. Drop your email if you can. Drop your email. I'll send you a link. I don't have a hairy back. I'm pretty hairy, not my back or my head, obviously. I'm gonna have to take like a 2 minute break. I just gotta run and yeah, like right now. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. My buddy just pulled up and he owes me money, so I'm gonna go grab that. I'll be right back. My bad. Let's get to talking. Driving home from work, bro. All right, sorry, Jay. Let me catch up real quick. Northern Ohio. I have family in Akron, Columbus, just outside of Cleveland, and Toledo. Tornado sirens have been going off. That sucks. Well, be safe, buddy. Maintenance costs. I was like, hello, Mike, and everyone. What up, Davis? How are you? What's going on, man? Appreciate you. You're always stopping in. So, took the shrimp out of my reef tank. Well, it's not a reef tank. It's not a fish tank. Took the shrimp out of my tank. And it was gross. I thought I could like pick it up whole, and I picked it up, I like dropped most of it, and I like had some like slime in it. I'm like, oh, what do I do with this? Gross. It stunk so bad. So I let it run for like 6 days. It was in there. And took it out. When I picked it up, a bunch of crap from the shrimp blew around. So I've been checking it. I haven't seen anything change but 0.50 ammonia, no nitrites, no nitrates. That's all I got. I was going to check it this morning or today, but Ironworks is looking for help. Jeff, want to help me move into new tanks? What do you got to move? I moved furniture for, excuse me, like 6 years. He's in Florida, though. You don't have to carry much stuff upstairs. If there's more than one floor, there's usually an elevator. I moved up here for a little while too. Sucks up north. Small hallways. Stairs are like this big instead of like a real stair. AL, did I add bacteria? I added a 60-gallon dose, like for Dr. Tim's for up to 60 gallons, and then I added over the last 2 weeks, basically, what is it? Stability. I think that's what it is. So yeah, I got a shit ton of bacteria. I got bacteria bloom. My tank, when you look from the side view, is cloudy. From the front looks fine, but from the side view, definitely looks cloudy. Jeff or Ironworks. I'm pretty sure your name's Jeff too. I think maybe. What are you moving? What kind of tanks are you moving? How big? I watched Johan's video, that 180 or whatever he thinks it is. That thing was, I mean, them little suction cup little handle things probably do good, but imagine just 4 guys without it, 5 guys, 6 guys, whatever, just carrying a glass tank. It's probably pretty heavy. They're 550s, 6 10 lung tanks. Damn. What are you doing over there? Starting a coral store or something? I'm gonna probably, just because I want to show support, I'll probably maybe throw an order in with Travis. TRSC, I'll probably throw an order out there just to show them some love, and they seem like they got good stuff. And that's all I got. But that'll be 2 orders. But if you're starting one, I'll buy some, show some support. You know what sucks is streaming by yourself. It's kind of boring. cool hanging out with you guys, but yeah, I am starting a coral business. Said I'll buy something. Mike, email me. I got something effed up to show you. Okay, what's your email? I could probably just drop the link in there. I don't think there's many of us in here. I just don't want to drop the link and somebody that I don't even mess with jumps in. That's what I don't want. Or like a troll. We can deal with trolls. I'm not too worried about them. My internet has less than 1 megabyte. There's probably mad devices connected to mine right now. We have 3 of them. I don't know. We have 3 of them. You're supposed to connect different devices, like stuff that doesn't need a whole lot of, like, if you're not streaming anything, you just need like something that needs Wi-Fi. Like my Apex, there's a certain connection for it. And I think in the house, there's 5 cell phones, 2 laptops, 4 Xboxes, a fish tank, well, a tank, because there ain't nothing in it. The tablet that I got for the tank.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you
in the tub. I'm in a tub right now, so I'm not gonna stay on here long.
What are you doing? Why are you on here then?
Hey, but fucking send me an
Butt
email
fucking.
real quick. I'm gonna fucking send you something I got today. It's fucked up.
All right.
All right, right on.
Yeah, whatever that is. 5 phones, 2 laptops, 4. It's 11. Tank, tablet. Oh, another tablet downstairs. It's 14 things connected. Probably got some other stuff. It's 14 things connected. Me alone, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 things. 6, yeah, 5 things connected. And the reason I'm saying that is kind of lost train of thought figuring out. Here is my probably right now. There's a 4 Xboxes devices people are using. I bet people are using 4 Xboxes, the computer, probably a couple phones, I'm sure. And my connection is. I do this every time. I forget where I put it. Right here. Speed test. 1 megabyte, you said. Upload. You probably can't see it. See, that's with a bunch of people on it right now. Call it 82, 81, whatever. 81.8. Upload 20. It's decent. And it was only like $10 or $12 more a month to like upgrade to like the best one there is. And we have, like I said, so many things connected to it. And I've never have a problem with my connection. You need a hotspot of off your phone. I have a hot, but I don't want no need to hotspot it. Unless you guys think this is choppy, I guess. DSR, what's up, buddy? I didn't see you in there. I just read your comment. I didn't even know that was from you. DC Reefer, come hang out, man. I'll drop a link if you can, I guess. Just saying a minute ago, I was like, it sucks trying to stream by yourself. People do it too. Like they just stream by themselves. Sucks just sitting here like talking to yourself. Actually, DC, yeah, get on. I want to ask you about that video the other day. I don't know who posted it, but getting your new tank. You weren't in the video anywhere. Here, if you can. I don't know if you can, DC, but if you can, come chill. Tomorrow's the day off, and I probably got to go into work. DC, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, Mike?
How you been, man? I ain't talked to you in a
Give me
little.
1 minute. Let me get my headphones in.
All right, I got some questions for you.
It's kind of noisy over here. Where is my? I'm gonna show you the tank in a minute. Hold on 1 second.
All right. You haven't shown your home tank in a while. Anybody got that? It's cool. DSR, same thing I always drink. I'm from Florida, from particularly the Tampa Bay area. I live in Massachusetts, and they have a table beer here, so that's what I drink. I mean, it's readily available, and I love it, so I really don't differ from that. I like it. There you go. Well, first off, before you talk yet?
Yeah.
Yo, first off, before we check out your tank, video the other day. I don't know where I saw it. I don't know if it was YouTube, Instagram. It was like that Pathfinder or whatever was backing up with your tank that you weren't even in the video. No? Good talk.
Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen this little guy on yours now. You changed that. That's tight.
Got my logo.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so I don't know if you heard you didn't hear my question then.
I don't know if you can see it or not.
This is the tank that was dropped off because you didn't get to see it in the video that I saw.
Yeah. So
Hold up.
I could barely hear you. Hold on.
Why?
My
Yeah, I have a headset. I mean, should be connected to both my computer and my.
Shoot. Well, anyway, I can hear you like barely, but this is the Innovative Marine 150. They call this the 150 Lagoon. I'm trying to I'm processing the video right now, so I'm trying to keep my my Instagram and I'm gonna start posting back on YouTube later on.
Yeah, you should.
Right now, I've been posting on Instagram, so if you want to follow me, just type in DC Reefer, and I'm more active on Instagram these days. But the tank is 150. So it's 48 by 36 by 20. So what's really cool is the 36 depth.
Yeah, I like that too. Trying to work with mine, which is 18 or whatever it is, it's tough to escape the way you want because you don't have enough. Right. So I couldn't imagine doing imagine trying to escape like a 55 with how skinny it is.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever do a shallow reef. I mean, like a slim reef again, because it doesn't give you that good depth to fill ratio no more. So all my tanks got to be at least 36 to 48 front to back.
At least.
At least I can't even do 24. Like I took a picture of my tank that I got set up now, and it looked real shallow. Like I didn't have enough room. Like the fish ain't having nothing room to go back. So yeah. Hey Mike, I'm gonna try to hop on my other phone because my audio sucks right now.
But you can't hear me when I talk?
I can hear you, but it's coming out my it's not coming out my speakers, it's coming out my earpiece on my phone. So I'm gonna try to hop
All
off and hop back on. I'm gonna hop back on though, Mike.
right. I'll be here.
All right.
Vision Rob's Aquatics. What up, dude? Click clack. What up, my G? Just trying to catch up. Billy, so test with us. See what you got. I never remember your email. I always forget. I always think it's Yahoo, which I just sent it to a minute ago, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it's Yahoo or not. I have no idea. And I don't know why my headset word doesn't work either. Ironworks, what's up, dude? That was DC Reefer's tank. It's funny you showed it because I watched a video the other day and it was like, oh, DC Reefer's tank's getting dropped off. But then the video, like, I don't know. Definitely didn't see DC in the video unless I don't think I stopped it short. I'm pretty sure while I watched the whole thing. I didn't see DC or the tank though. Billy, come on. Nobody, never mind. Nobody got that earlier. Billy Pipes, you've been called out. Yeah, check your email. Let me just make sure. I don't know why it doesn't work for you, bro. Here. Calcium reactor is set up for the most part. I need to email BRS. Thanks for reminding me. Have Siri remind me. Tomorrow at 9:30, remind me to take pictures of the calcium reactor.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Dawn, Siri's my girl. Yeah, I did. Click clack. Totally. 100. I don't know. Should have got a Geo. I don't want to spend that much. I looked at him. I looked at everything. And it seemed to me that the Skims was the most reputable low end option with two chambers. That's what I wanted. Even though the little second chamber is only like this compared to but I went with that one because I wanted the second chamber. Drama D. Hey, Drama D, you should probably just put my name on and just send it now. Yeah. Like that coral color program, whatever it is. Just send it. I mean, I'll win it. Billy can't join right now. He's too busy growing coral. I'm too busy looking at a bunch of rock.
All right, I'm back now. All right, now I can hear you.
All right, cool. Hey, did I not watch the whole video, or were you not in something I seen? It was like a Pathfinder that backed up, and then
Yeah,
you went in the
that was
video and you didn't see the
that
tank,
was
right?
yeah. I was like I was in like some of the clips, but it was a whole bunch of us that live in this area just helped me move the tank. So I was there. I probably wasn't in the video though.
You weren't in the
Right.
video. It's funny because I don't think you even saw the video or saw the tank. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't make no. I'm still waiting on the video clips from Moki and
Yeah, I saw him.
he recorded most of the stuff, but yeah, I was lifting the tank. But I
So
think
that's
you was asking about my you was asking about my home tank, right?
yeah. I mean, the only thing I ever see is you do a random like school tank, like live stream. You haven't been posting nothing in a minute.
I haven't. So my love for YouTube has went down, and
Why?
my love for Instagram has went up.
Why is that? Because Instagram's easier.
Not that it's easier, because I still put the same amount of time in the Instagram. It's shorter, that's all. So I could post more instead of doing like a whole 10-minute well edited video. You know what I'm saying? I could just post on Instagram for like a minute and edit that out, and then keep it moving.
Yo, what actually here? Because you know a little bit about him. What gimbal you got?
With gimbal,
Yeah,
it's called the Smooth Q.
you got the smooth spear. Yo, so
Yeah, matter of fact, it's
I
sitting
bought
right
the
here.
DJI. I bought the DJI Osmo 2.
Hmm.
I don't, and it won't hold a charge anymore. I've used it like a handful of times, and I open up a ticket. I need to take the battery out. How the f I do that? I can't figure it out at all.
They should be able to send you a new one, man. That's a big
They,
company.
want to just replace the battery pack before they replace the whole thing.
Uh, this one was half the price of the DJI, and it does the same exact thing.
It doesn't even when I would turn it on, it would just bink right there. Look, it'll hold it for a second, then like can't hold it. Like, come on, it'll
Oh,
flip for a second, then just
well, it's doing that because you don't have the phone inside.
it doesn't matter. It should before
It, it
and then before, like, dude, I because you when you put it on, it blinks. Obviously, it tells you how charged it is. But when I would charge it, like after 12, maybe 13 hours, I got a second one, and I would turn it on. It would turn on for a second, do that, and then lights off. I put my phone in it, nothing. So I don't know. I've
yeah,
only had it for like 45 days or something.
yeah, that's I don't. I mean, this one is like a Chinese version, like a knockoff, but
Yeah, but I
it,
heard the Smooth Q was straight and it's still like $100, wasn't it?
yeah, it works straight for me. I've had this for 2 years now, no
This
problems.
one was it was like 115 or 20 on Amazon, but I spent 135 because it came with a case. And this little thing, which is as corny as it is, dude, this thing's tight. Just
Yeah,
stands right up and you can do whatever you want with it. Assuming it'll
yes.
work.
But I barely use unless I'm like on the move. I barely use my gimbal. I
Well,
use the Gorilla Pod, the Joby, this thing. I use this most of the time.
that's a beefier one than I got though.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm on IG a lot. I kind of like IG better than YouTube.
I hear a lot of people say they like that better because it's more instant. You just take a video and post it instead of like I don't know, take a picture, post it, take a picture, post. That's what a lot of people do.
It's a bigger community too, I think. Like it's more I think it's more people on Instagram as far as like it's more people active on Instagram than people
Way
posting on
more,
YouTube.
yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, I
I,
still like YouTube, but it's not.
I enjoy YouTube. I always have. I like making videos. I like posting videos.
Yeah, YouTube is cool, but
And I just
Instagram is
yeah, because
much.
I don't use Facebook much either. I don't like. I really forget to take a picture and post it. Never do that. But I'll spend an hour editing.
Yeah, I can't do that no more.
As soon as
I,
this is nice, you know.
I like making videos, but that's about it. See, That's good, right?
It is working right now. But I've
Yeah.
been like 4 days in the making that it hasn't worked. Yeah, that's cool. But the thing about me using it though is that I have a iPhone 10X Max, so it's like a little sluggish. It's not as fast as I would like it to be because it's like the top end of phones you like, as far as size anyway, size and weight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's working right now though for the most part. Let me see because this didn't work it earlier. It is though. It's crazy. Well, that's cool. Maybe I don't have to send it in.
Are you gonna You're close to Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, I drove to Billy Pipes's meetup for it was like 4 hours, 5 hours. I don't know. Either way.
Okay.
Why? What's up? Where you're
Nah,
in
I'm,
Maryland, DC, obviously, yeah.
yeah, I'm in DC. Not because we might be meeting up at that fish place.
In Jersey? Where's is it like Jersey, Pennsylvania border?
It's in Lancaster.
Okay. I think yeah, that's not. I mean, well, check it right now.
It's pretty cool though. If you've never been, it's a nice.
It sucks driving though, dude.
Oh, I love the drive.
I mean, I wish I was closer to like New York, New Jersey, because dude, fish stores everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
How's your tank coming along?
I am tomorrow will be it's 2 weeks that I've been cycling, but I threw a shrimp in there. I did a bunch of bacteria on day like 2. I threw a shrimp in there and let it sit in there for 6 days or something like that. Took it out. I've been testing the whole time, and what I was thinking is because there was a constant ammonia source of the shrimp just sitting in the corner, getting like fuzzy and decaying. I was thinking that because there was a constant ammonia source, I kept getting 0.50. I would get 0.50 ammonia, zero nitrates, zero nitrates. So I took it out the other day. I was thinking like maybe it would settle out and do something. So I took it out, and it's still. I tested it yesterday. Still 0.50 ammonia, zero nitrates, zero nitrates. Yeah, but I'm just using whatever API, what is it? API, ATI, whatever it is, API. So
Did you dose any bacteria?
yep, I used a whole bottle of the 60-gallon dose of Dr. Tim's, and then I had whatever the big white. I mean, it's not massive, but it's a bigger white bottle of stability, CChem stability. So this CChem stability, I dosed like probably another 40 gallons, and then over the next like week and a half, 2 weeks, I did the directions and dosed like a capful every day. I wouldn't cap it, but I'll just pour a little in. And I was gonna test today.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody out there like watching a movie or something, so I don't want to go out there. But I need to test it just to see if anything's changing.
Yeah.
Because I haven't gone higher or lower than 0.50 ammonia and no nitrates, no nitrates. But I dosed a shit ton of bacteria, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to force the issue though. I'll just wait it out.
That's good.
But yeah, I took the shrimp out the end, dude. I reached my hand in the tank. I'm like, all right, man, this thing looks solid. I'm like looking at it through the glass. Reach my hand in there, grab it, and like it just falls apart. And then what's left in my hand is like this gooey stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Horrible smell. Don't ever do that. Use a glove and put it in like a pantyhose if you ever do it that way. Gross.
I
It
have
just
these
blew up.
gloves. I have these plastic gloves that come up to like my shoulder. I
Man,
don't
yeah,
put my hand in the tank.
you got them. You got them cow gloves.
Yeah, yeah. But they disposable, so I just throw them away.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just throw them away. But
I
hey
got.
man, I'm still waiting on my sump to get done. I'm getting a custom sump
What are you getting?
and my calcium reactor. So
No,
just waiting on those.
no, for real, dude. I did a lot of research. I'm on SBS in my tank, and I couldn't keep it last time. And all roads lead to calcium reactor, and that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think. Yeah, I think it is for especially like if you want to. It was several reasons why I want to go calcium reactor. first reason I didn't want to like calculate dosing. I wanted to have something that's dripping all the time, and also all the trace elements that the calcium reactor
I like
brings.
that too.
I think that's a and then I like to travel and stuff, so I want something that's going to be, all day, every day,
No,
set it
it's
to get,
not the
that.
travel part, but yeah. So what'd you get for a calcium reactor?
I want my calcium reactor and my sump is made by Geo's Reef.
Oh, you got a Geo. So
Yeah.
what'd you get for a how you feeding it? You pushing or pulling?
So I'm gonna pull with the Kimura.
You got a Kimura too. Don't tell me you got a carbon doser too.
I got the carbon dose
You
also.
did too. You went hard right there. Oh,
Yeah.
so I feel like I want to argue. I mean, I wish somebody, I don't know if you know, but like I've been thinking about it and like, why would I care how accurate my bubble count is if I have my apex controlling the CO2? I could, this is what I compare it to. So I used to, which I don't anymore, disclaimer, and I don't even know why it worked so well before. With my apex before my heaters, I would just crank them all the way up and just let it turn on and off as needed through my apex. So like why would I care how it's like having a dial on a heater, same thing. Like why does it matter if my apex is controlling the pH inside my calcium reactor, why does it matter how precise the bubble is? It doesn't matter because I'm just going to dose it till it gets to the number I need. So I don't care if it's coming out super fast or super slow. It's just circulating this little thing. So why do I care how precise a bubble drip rate is?
So
For the rest,
I don't think I'm the right person to
right? But
answer the debate because I haven't experienced the calcium reactor yet. So
and I
can't
wish
say.
someone would clarify this because another thing I'm thinking is like, I thought about that. Now I'm thinking about a Kimura pump, but like now I'm thinking like, why does it matter about the Kimura pump? It's gonna I've been talking to Phil and he said Tom's aqualifter works perfect. So what does it matter the flow rate into the reactor if the exit rate the fluent rate is where I want it to be? So it's not going to overflow obviously. So if I'm only going just a little bit, why does it matter if I have a continuous? What is that going to matter?
I think with the Kimura you get a more precise dosage.
A dosage of what? Just water into the reactor, but the reactor is continually circulating, so you can only push so much into it because of pressure. So, like, if I have it just a little higher of a flow than yours, a little less of a flow, as long as it gets in there and the effluent's coming out at the pH or saturation that I want to keep my tank stable, why do I care how much or how stable the flow into my reactor is? Again, and how stable my bubble rate. I don't know. I feel like the controller's doing everything for me. So why do I care how precise the other stuff is? And I wish somebody in the comments would clarify. If anybody has an idea, I don't know. I hope you guys see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I can't answer that question. But
So what made you buy this stuff? Just because everybody says it's good? Because that's why I was looking at. Everybody says it's perfect, makes your life awesome.
Yeah,
But
I got it off of not just people recommendation, but doing some research. Like everybody that has a calcium reactor that I read about says that this will make it dial it in more
I know
precise.
that's what I heard too. But I don't know. I was talking on a live stream the other night. I just like kept talking about it because I put my reactor together on a live stream the other night. With the directions, I couldn't figure out where tubes went, so I had Phil get on here and help me. So we set
So
up.
you do have a calcium reactor?
Yeah, I got a Skims CM122. It's got like a big main canister, and then there's a little one. That's the reason I bought it because it seemed like the lowest end option for like a reputable two stage. Again, the second stage isn't like a big another reactor, but it's enough to kind of die off some of the CO2. So it was $350 on bulk reef supply. I bought the tank brand new. Excuse me, like $70. I bought $115. That got really good reviews on AquaCave. It's like a TSA or something. Regulator solenoid. And then I got my Apex to control it. So I think I'm ready to go. The only thing is again, I was going to use a Tom's Aqua Lifter, but I don't have the fitting that I need to actually put the water into the reactor. It came with something. It came with like a barbed valve for like a maxi jet or something, you know?
Right.
Like a big,
So I think with you and me, since we never it's our first time having a calcium reactor, that experience is going to be the best teacher, because
right? And
I
I
can't
can't
tell
wait.
you.
I said that to a buddy of mine the other day. I was like, dude, I can't wait to just have like a year's worth of experience with a calcium reactor. Like, I don't care, you know, just have the experience that I know how it works. I know I've used it, you've dialed it in, you've done the work, and now you get it. That's
Right, right. I
here's
talked when I went to when I visited Rico last year, and I got to hang out with Dan and see his the greenhouse and how they run things. It was like he had everything, everything, like he had the carbon dioxide on his couch, and he got this big old system, systems plural. And
system.
he was just saying how good it was, like this has made my life much easier. And for somebody to have so many tanks and to be, and I only have one tank, and I want my life to be easier.
Right.
I hold that opinion with great value, because these guys are using it. It's not like they telling me. I actually got to see it. You know what I'm saying? So
I want someone to get in here that uses both of them and tell me why. Because I think I have a good argument for why it doesn't make sense to spend all that money. Some people say the solenoid is more dependable on the carbon doser than just like a one that I got. It's got the two. I mean, something crazy. But I think it'll work as long as I keep it clean and it runs. I think it'll last me like 6 or 8 years before I even got to think about another solenoid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I did a lot of research on calcium reactors. Yo, are you keeping that scape right there? I mean, it's dope though.
I am. The only problem is with this ledge right here.
It's too tall.
It's too tall. It's sticking out the water. So I'm gonna take a towel saw, and I'm gonna cut it right here, and cut it like right here. And I'm gonna take this whole piece and put it on the bottom like a it's gonna come out like a leg. It's gonna come all the way out like that, because it has like little crevices and stuff in it.
That's like a barnacle right there.
Yeah, so that's probably gonna be like acans, blastos, rock flower, and them. That's gonna be like going all down that aisle. So I kind of got a vision for it, and
that's tight though. That's a cool one. If your tank was deep enough for it.
Yeah. I didn't want to mess with it, but I want my net top on it. That's the most important thing,
Did you cement or like putty it or whatever it's called? Looks like you did. You puttied it or whatever. You didn't cement it. It looks like you whatever that purple stuff is.
No, it came like this. It came like this. If I don't know if you're familiar with Ceramico, but they make like rock structures already, and this whole piece came like that.
Is it real rock?
Yeah. It's like the man-made stuff.
Yeah.
So
hey, actually, back up and put your hand on the tank. Like it's a 150, but I want to see you compared to your hand.
Compared to my hand.
Yeah. Put your hand on the glass.
Put my hand on the glass.
So what was it again? By
48.
Almost.
So it's 48 side to side, 36 front to back, and 20 inches tall.
So 4 by 3 by 20.
Yep.
That's cool aquascaping area.
Yeah.
What are you doing for lighting?
I got 4 Ecotech Radeon XR15s.
Bought some 15s, huh, dude? You going all out of this tank.
And Aqua Life T5 fixture.
How many bulbs?
The full bulb.
4, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I won't have to run my lights real high, like the percentage wise. And then I got
you could probably do it 30%.
That's my hopes. That's my hopes.
What are you using for flow? You probably bought some MP40s or something.
Yeah, I got 2 MP40s for the sides and 2 Neptune waves for the back.
Look at you. So you got an Apex then. Are you running where you running the
Yep.
wave? You did get
Yep.
one. Nice.
I'm right now. I'm 2016 Apex on this one.
Yo, what'd you spend on the build so far?
How much I spent on the bill?
Yep, you probably like $7 grand maybe.
You said 7?
Yep.
I would say a little bit higher, closer to 10.
Damn, closer to 10. I'm probably at like, I don't even know. Probably like 5, probably 5, I guess. I thought it was gonna be a turnkey, dude. I thought I was gonna just use everything I had before. I got just about everything. Got to buy some rocks, some sand. I'm done. Nope. The only thing I'm using, what's going on here? The only thing I'm using is my skimmer and my sump and my stand and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you add up the cost to the stuff, like for me, like my lighting, my skimmer, that's all coming. My Apex is coming. So that's stuff, that's money I already spent. But
Would you get which Apex you got?
2016. The
Yeah,
new one.
yeah, but is it did you get the one with the ORP port and salinity and all that or no?
Yeah, I got that one.
That's that. I got an EL open box for 425 on Bureau.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, 425. It sucks I don't have a salinity or ORP port because a lot of people are saying like you can have an ORP in the tank, mainly fill, and you can have ORP in the tank as your pH or vice versa, and use the second one for your calcium reactor.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have the EL doesn't come with the ORP port, so I either have to, which this is what I may just forget about pH, not even bother, not even worry about it, just test it when I need it.
Yeah, I don't think the salinity one is so important because of the new
No, I
handle.
don't even care about salinity. I'm talking about because the other one comes with the ORP port, but I'm told you the ORP port you can plug another pH probe into it and use 2 pH probes, like the main pH probe inlet, and then use the ORP as a pH too. So a lot of people do one to the tank, one to the calcium reactor. EL doesn't come with the ORP that I could convert to a pH. So
Oh, I see.
now you know me. We got some heated debates about me worrying about pH. So I'm thinking about this build, not even worrying about my tank speed, not even probing it.
What's up, man?
Oh, dude, what you doing, bro?
You say hello?
Uh-oh.
Throw that in the trash. Throw in the trash.
Let me get that.
Oh, he still ate it. That's my 2-year-old. Yeah, pH. I don't, like I said, I don't debate people's stuff that I don't know about, so I can't really comment on pH. You threw it in the trash? Okay. What's up? You want to say hello to everybody?
Lemonade yourself.
All right. Let me turn the camera over.
What's up, little dude? How you doing?
Hello. That's
What you got in the iPad? What you got in the iPad?
Why?
What you watching on the iPad? What you asked you?
You watching like some Paw Patrol or something? Like Paw Patrol. You want to know who my favorite Paw Patrol is? No? All right.
He back into his iPad. All right, go back in the living room. Did you boo boo? No. Okay. I'm going to put a pamper on you. All right, go back in the living room.
He said, did you boo boo? I feel you, bro.
Okay. I'll put it on you. Sorry about that, yeah.
Cool, bro.
I got to put a lock on mine. Okay, I'll get it for you.
He could have kept hanging out. It's cool. He could have been here.
Go back in there.
Yo, you know who my favorite Paw Patrol is, though? You know Paw Patrol.
You know Paw Patrol? He talking to you.
Where?
Right there on the screen. See? Right there.
Where? When?
You on the phone.
Hey. What's up, buddy? What you watching?
What you watching?
Yeah. Okay. You got that. What's on the iPad?
What's on the iPad?
Clowns.
Yeah.
Oh, you watching some YouTube Kids, huh?
Yeah. Man, they're like zombies, yo. It's kind of
Hey, Momo was a hoax.
I heard.
Right?
I ain't pay that stuff no attention.
I watch, like my daughter watches it too, and I'm like, why? Like hearing it, I hear it. I'm waiting for it to pop up. But that's not no.
The songs. Yeah. So yeah. Ironworks is quite left.
Sorry,
I don't know about pH. All I know is that you need to keep a stable pH and like your skimmer to raise your pH. If you run the line outside, or you can get a what they call it, one of them scrubbers, CO2 scrubbers.
Yeah, I got one.
It's so much. I just don't. Everything I don't really. I'm not a chemist, man. I'm not like a
Yeah, me either. How much do you want to know about chemistry now that you're in the fish tank hobby, though? Like, I was talking to my manager. I was like, man, I wish I knew much more about chemistry. Much more.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I ain't that interested in the numbers and the. I know some people are. They find that fascinating, but me, I mean, I didn't get into the hobby to say I want to know.
It comes along with the territory, though,
I'm more into the like the hobby within the hobby, like the documenting, the filming, the experience. Not the water chemistry, because it's too debatable. Everything is anecdotal. I mean, it's just
you're right.
They're gonna calcium reactor right there. Geos.
You gotta set up. Here you go.
But you can put it on him, Mike.
He's got a whole closet though in his basement. I'm pretty sure dedicated to his stump and stuff. Like, that'd be so nice. Oh, here you go. Ironworks. Can we debate?
Sure.
Carbon doser. Why is it needed?
It just makes it so much easier setting it because it's not about the bubble count. You can fine tune it. Just like if you have the Kimura, now that's a different deal. Like I wouldn't use.
I'll still debate. Let's debate both of them.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't use both of them if I had.
Did you hear my argument though?
Well, yeah. I mean, I heard what you said.
Like trying to my heater goes exactly at 78.7 where I want it, but I got the apex controlling it. Okay, great. What does that matter if you have it dialed in so great, but your apex is controlling it? So what does that matter? Just like the bubble rate. If I have my apex controlling the pH in the interior of my calcium reactor, why do I care how precise the bubble rate is when my apex is controlling the pH within?
What happens if you lose the internet or the power goes out?
Well, for anybody that has anything with a reef tank, for the most part, they're effed. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's like saying, what do you
know what I'm saying though? If you don't have electric and say the power goes out the same time that CO2's left on.
Well, you have a digital bubble carbon reactor, so that not going to work at the same time, correct?
Well, I don't know about I know the carbon doser. If it loses power, it shuts off.
Okay. Well, if I lose power, then
I don't know if that's
mine won't work either.
Necessarily true with a regular one. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong.
Did you get where the argument comes from? This is like the best example. Like I could say, it's like exactly like I said. It's like my heater goes exactly where I want it to be, but I'm controlling it through something else. So why does it matter? My bubble rate is so great; it's right there on point. But why do I care how many bubbles are going through it when my apex is to control it? When the pH gets this, it just shuts off. And if it gets so low, it turns on. Like, I don't care how fast it's going in there or slow it's going in, as long as it.
Well, no, I mean, but it helps when you're setting it up. But, say, you set it on the lowest setting, which is, I think, like one bubble every 10 seconds or something like that. Which, I mean, you could do it, sit there with a watch, you know what I mean, and figure it out.
So just like the Kimura pump.
Yeah, like if you had a Kimura, that's what I'm saying.
But what does that even matter either? Why does the Kimura pump matter? Why do I care how much flow is going into it when the circulation pump is circulating at a certain rate? It's not like because I have a steady flow into that's going to keep it going. I'm controlling it by my affluent exit rate. So, whatever. Like, if I have a MJ MaxiJet on it or I have a Komoro, just because one's a little more stable, it's not going to push more water or push less water. It's only going to push enough that it can handle before pressure builds up and it's not going to let any more in. So if my circulation pump is constant and keeping the same pressure running through, then why do I care that I have a stable flow into it? You know,
because
it's only going to
because you restrict the flow.
Exactly.
That'll
So
make it more potent or not.
If that pump's a little harder, then turn it down, and boom, it's stable. It's only going to let the valve or whatever I'm doing is only going to let so much through.
It's
the
potency of the drip.
I think people are overcomplicating calcium reactors, and I think they're overspending on calcium reactors.
No, you're definitely right. They're overcomplicating them, but that's the point of both those things, is to make it easier.
Aren't they really better for like 100 gallons and above?
It doesn't even matter. I feel like I could put a calcium reactor on a 20 gallon if I wanted to. I just don't saturate the effluent. It doesn't matter. It just means you don't have to dose it and flip your dose and shit. So you got to just add media every year. Great.
I can't wait for you to set this up.
I'm pumped, dude. I feel like I have a very good understanding of how calcium reactor.
Just set it up, let it go, and then I think you'll just learn from there, really.
DSR says, I think the answer is, unless you're wanting info on this with using an Apex, then so be it. But if not, then think old school. What the old school way is.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Apex yet. That thing, I mean, you can control everything with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, assuming you have all the right stuff. I mean, I'm not going to control my lights or my wave makers because I don't want to plug them in. I have timers on the lights with an app. The wave makers have controllers. Like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I'm really using my Apex for fail safes and stuff that I need to turn off remotely. Like, I don't think I'll ever have to turn my wave makers off remotely, but like my ATI or auto top off ATO, I don't need, if it's beeping, it's annoying somebody in the house, I just jump on my phone and turn it off.
Yeah.
So between fail safes and stuff that I can turn off on my phone, that's all I need for. I don't need to control my lights because
which wave makers did you get?
What?
Which wave makers did you get?
I just run Jabos. Jabos.
Yeah, I just ordered some Jabos, the SW4.
Man, they're clutch, dude. My return pump was from Fisher Hex's 125. He's had a 300 running for I don't know how many years now. And then I had the Jabo running. I've had it for probably 3 years.
Yeah, they're like half the cost of
the Jabo that I'm running is probably 8 years old, and it's working totally fine. It cranks all the time.
Nice.
It's a DC 6000. I don't even think you can get it anymore, to be honest with you.
The new ones are the SW or the third generation or whatever.
I don't know. Mine's blue and black, and it works fine. Comes with a little control. I can turn it up or down.
Right on.
It works fine.
You know, you can run those Jabo wave makers with the
Yeah, but then I got to buy like the Jabo to Apex.
Dude, those Apexes are expensive.
Like I said, I got a EL, so I'm missing a couple things. I don't have a salinity probe or a port for it. I don't have an ORP probe.
That's what's nice is you can read all your parameters with that bitch.
I don't care. I don't care what my salinity is. I look through. That's all I need to do. Know what. I'm not going to pay.
It's all about luxury, man. Come on. It's all about luxury.
I'm not going to pay $300 more just so I don't have to do that. Like, come on. And I wish I had an ORP port because, like I was saying earlier, you can turn an ORP port into another pH. But I think I've learned from my mistakes, and I don't want to chase pH. So I don't really think I care what.
What I learned today off the calcium reactor is you won't have to worry about your pH. It takes care of all that, like.
No, it doesn't.
With the CO2.
No, it doesn't. It takes.
Isn't that what the CO2 is for, right?
So no, nope. So your tank is actually, as far as pH, from my, this is me researching. So anybody in the comments, feel free to jump in and tell me I'm wrong. Actually, a calcium reactor negatively influences your reef tank. It actually drops your pH because the CO2 is getting dropped in a low pH, or CO2 drops in at a low pH. So the lower the pH in the CO2 reactor, the more it melts. Because if it's lower pH, the more acidic it is, the more it melts and saturates the water that's coming out your effluent. So when that low pH juice gets dropped into your fish tank, you might keep the reactor, calcium reactor, at a 6.5 pH, and you don't want that in your reef tank, but it's dosing 6.6, 6.7 something in your reef tank, so it's going to drop your pH down. That's why people like think they're battling back with kalkwasser. I don't think that. I think I could be talking out my butt right now, dude. The pH
all trial and error, man. It's how we do.
pH in your actual tank doesn't really matter unless it's like stupid low or high.
Right.
I think it's really hard to mess up a pH to the point where it's like negatively affects your tank. You got to like dose some stuff, which is like horrible. But if you just let it run, I don't think there's a problem with it.
Yeah.
I think it'll stay where it needs to be. Again, Ironworks. Am I wrong with this whole calcium reactor talk? I mean, I feel like I want to talk to like Ryan from BRS about it.
I think you just go for it, man, and just, you'll learn along the way.
The thing I'm worried about is like dealing with the actual reactor. Like when say I started up and there's just bubbles forever flowing through it. I don't know what to do to stop that.
Well, you can control all that, right?
I don't know. No, it's more about the reactor than it is technology. I always, every time I live stream and I got people in here talking to me, I forget to watch the chat. I'm sorry.
Man, I almost got my tank full, man. She's almost there. How did you fill up your tank with RO? Did you have like 100 buckets or what?
Sucked.
Yeah.
I walk up
third trash can.
Up and down the stairs with one 7-gallon in my hand and one 4-gallon in my hand. Dude, trips. So that's it. It was all stored downstairs. I just filled these two.
Oh, shit.
Walk up like this, just get up the stairs. Because they had caps on them. So it doesn't slosh around. So just get them up. What I would do is, because I actually have a maxi jet filling it and not something bigger, I was dumping it all into a 20-gallon just with the pump going up and over.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a
river though.
Pump and slow. Man, hopefully I'm right behind you.
What does that mean? Hopefully, what do you got?
Well, if everything goes all right, I guess. I got to get a new skimmer, dude. My freaking beer bottle.
Oh man, casting actors are like us when we thirsty. We like to drink. No, they're not. It's like if you stay steadily hammered, it's just like a constant alcohol intake. You just get hammered. It's just like a constant, like, keep you buzzed. That's what a calcium reactor is. I'm like need to catch up. Chi-Town says CO2 drops your pH. Yes. So there's one thing I said right. Rama says I'm wrong. Yes, so it says in reality, unless you're going without power for a long time, meaning days to weeks, then only thing important is air from moving. Yeah, I got a huge DCT 12,000 my return. Well, I've had a DCT in to 6,000. It's way more than enough. It's all the way down on a 75. Rob says exactly. My calcium reactors are easy peasy. Let the flow rate go and easy to dial up as needed. That's any balls. All right, better be busting my balls.
I need some more rock though, for sure.
Yeah, you do.
She's getting there. This is my little tiny self.
Let me I'll present you. Show us what you got going on, man.
Dude, I got this cheap pump off Amazon. It's pretty badass, though.
What is it?
I don't know. It's just like a marine aqua.
Time is the test.
What's that?
Time is the real test.
Yeah, it pumps pretty good. You can control it and shit. But, yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. I might go with a Jabo, though.
I'm telling you, I mean, if that thing works, dude, nothing wrong with it. One of the first streams I did is, dude, you talk about budget, Sun. If you guys need like little wave makers, this is the second time I bought a 4-pack.
I see those
4-pack from the original 4-pack. I still have 3 of them running from probably 2015. They're these little pumps. It comes with like a little thing you can suction cup it, but dude, they're just these tiny little pumps. I toss one in when I'm doing water changes or when I'm done. I have one. I do it. I use these. I'm about to put 2 of them on my sump just to come on every once in a while, just stir it up.
Yeah.
My sump, because it's just like stagnant water. It's just moving under the water. But dude, I'm telling you, if anybody, it was 3 of these or 4 of these Sun wave makers. There's no controllability, but they're the JVP 110s. 4 of them for like $14-13.
Wow, that's actually pretty good.
I have one in my quarantine, one in my reef tank right now. That is like a holding tank, but one in that I use it for mixing water. I'm about to use them in my sump. 4 of them for like I said, I spent like $13 in 2015, and I still have 3 of the 4 working properly. And I had to buy another.
That's not a bad deal at all.
Even if I buy 4 of them and 3 of them, I'm still.
You already got your lights?
I do. I just haven't mounted. I ended up getting. I want to get another one, but I got AI primes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I got
Prime HD.
I got to order some more. But
what's that light on there? Why is it on?
Just to show the sump. Look how small my freaking skimmer is, dude.
It is little.
Look at the thing.
If it works, it doesn't matter.
Look at that.
Yeah. It's little. It should work. I mean, how big's that?
It'll do for now. Shit's expensive, man.
How big's that tank right there?
Huh?
Say, how big's that tank right there?
The bottom one, the sump?
The main tank, the display.
75.
Yeah, so I don't know. I have the Curve 5, and I want to go bigger, and not even for anything, but I want it to look nicer.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. And then here's my I kind of lucked out with this apartment, dude. My laundry room, I can put a big old 32-gallon tub in here, so I'm cooking up some RO right now.
Yeah. I think I am too, actually. I'll probably run down and check it because I have nothing to stop it from overflowing.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Really check that out.
I fill those little ones up in my washer in case it overflows. It just goes in the washer.
So I've been on here for like an hour and a half or something. All right. I have a 7-gallon, and it takes me probably, I don't even know, 4 hours to fill up a 7-gallon. It's probably like halfway full or like a third full.
Yeah, dude. Fuck it. Takes forever. I got the.
I can't flood the basement. So I got to just to check it out, you know.
Yeah, I got the 4-stage Aquatic Life RO, so it's like 100 gallons per day.
Yeah, mine's a 75 a day, I think. Click clack of course. Here he goes with the prime questions. I have 3 right now. Click clack. I'm gonna get a 4th. Line made up. I'm gonna get a 4th just because. So I have a 4-foot 75, and I don't think there's no way I can do it with a corner overflow and 3 of them. Either the brace gets in my way, or there's gonna be shadowing. So I'm gonna get a 4th and just.
Oh.
So if you guys are looking at me right now, and the tank was left to right, there's going to be like 1, and then back is another 1, and then 3, 4. So I think I have to get another one because I have 3 already. Might as well.
Yeah. You got that pre-drill tank, right?
Yeah, I did. I did. I wanted
I
to.
almost got the same one, dude. But he wanted like $400 for it, and I got this one for $100.
Dude,
So
I really
like,
wanted I had the Ghost Overflow from Modular Marine on eBay, and I still have it. And they even sent me new bulkheads because we had a deal going, but I ended up not wanting to drill the tank.
yeah.
Either way, I want that to where it's just like an inch thick. Like it's probably whatever. I don't even know what mine is, but you got this much of a overflow, but it's thin, just flows out and then flows to the back of it, and then you have three down.
What
like
did you do with your old tank? Did you toss it?
Setup. I mean, that's my last one. But Travis helped me do the whole thing. He fucking drilled it for me. He plumbed it. That was awesome. Whoever, somebody in the comments, come drill it. I can't do it now, but my next tank. If anybody wants to drill and plumb a tank for me,
dude, that shit's easy to drill, man. You can do it.
I've never done it.
All you need is a drill and some water and just patience.
Well,
that's it, man.
I even bought the bits, dude. I bought so much. I got the diamond bits.
I drilled that shit in my living room.
I actually thought about doing it in the tub.
No, just get a tarp. I just got a tarp, and then you get
it's cold up here.
plumber's putty.
It's getting better, but when I was thinking about drilling it, it was 15 degrees outside, so I can't like have a hose on it.
Yeah, I got the plumber's putty, and you just make a circle, put water in there, and just you don't press when you drill weight go, and it takes like 5 minutes, man. Easy.
All right, I'm gonna take a little like 3-minute intermission. I got to pee, and yeah,
right on, man.
So I'm dropping a link if you want to like hang out for a minute. To you, but I'll be here. I'll be back in like 3-4 minutes. I'm dropping a link just because if anyone wants to join, then you can join.
Yeah, join up.
All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm here. I'm back. I'm sorry. I just texted Devin Rich. I want him to come in here and debate calcium reactors with me. We'll see. I'm here. All right, Davis. Got to get caught up again. Should probably take this out of here. I know, Chi-Town, you didn't. I mean, I'm like way up there. You said, you drilled the 29. It looks so easy on videos. I just have never done it. Maybe I should like get like some kind of tank and just try it. Give me a bit, and I'll see what I can do. Visiting, having a hot chocolate. Sorry, guys. Join in because he's pretty knowledgeable on calcium reactors. And he uses. I think he uses a Kimura. I don't know if he uses a carbon doser. We'll see. Sounds hood. Good. Cool. All right, still trying to get caught up. Fish of Hex right now is running J-Bows again. Yeah, so Rob, I see you, bro. I'm still running his return pump. Fish of Hex is running J-Bows again, so that's just to tell you don't need the expensive equipment to run successfully. You don't. J-Bow seems to be absolutely affordable way. Nano Man, Rob says, who's the guy with the small skimmer? Tell him to reach out to me and I'll send them one no charge. I have a small skimmer. Just saying. Yo, Click, how you doing, my brother? Yo, Click, I just checked out your video. You're running calcium reactor. That's impressive. I use that smaller skimmer in 20 years long. Mike, thanks for the stream. Good night, everybody. What's the weather like, Mike? Bomb cyclone. Weather here was, I saw 52 on the thermometer today on my truck. 52. That's warm, dude. Sun was out. Nice. Liked it. Liked it a lot. Colorado just got just blasted with snow. That sucks. We still have snow on the ground, but it's slowly melting. Mike, just hook it up. Don't need all the gadgets. Yeah, Click for real, though. Seriously. Agreed with the clacks. Grace. Click is going to marry her. Hey, screw you, Mike. Haha. My skimmer is smaller. All right. Should probably plug my computer in. I don't know what's going on in the comments anymore. Click, just because you ain't married doesn't mean you can't meet. Read the menu, bro. Read the meat menu, man. Need Devin up in here. I'm ready to debate. I think my gimbal's fixed. Try this again because it hasn't been working for a while. On. It's working totally fine. It's crazy. Totally works. Totally works. I don't know what the deal is. I was about to take this thing apart and send it in. So that's cool. Still don't know what's going on in the comments. All right, I want Devin to come in here. Come on, Devin. Joey Bear, what's up, buddy? I saw you streaming earlier. Jumped in for a little bit, but I was kind of like in between a few things. You were driving. And I don't want you to think I was stepping on your toes either. I just wanted to stream. I had nothing to do. I was tired of playing video games. Set it up, Mike. Set up what? Got a few things I need to set up. I need to set up my refugium. I need to set up my lights. I want to build a new canopy. I need to set up my calcium reactor. Yeah. That's what I got to do. Yeah, Joey, I was just like, I waited for a little while and I don't know. I just wanted to stream. Just bored. So I like set it for like 20 minutes. I saw you were streaming. I set it for like 20 minutes, 20, 40 minutes after that, something like that. I don't know. So I wasn't trying to step on your toes. Just wanted to stream. Bored. Set it up. I can't. I need a new fitting. I am going to. I'm pretty sure you're in here for this. I'm going to run it with a Tom's Aqua Lifter. I don't think it matters. I don't think. The only thing I think about the Carbon Doser that's better than any other one is maybe the reliability. I'm not talking about how greatly dial it in. I don't think any matters. I think maybe because I think because my regulator and solenoid was 115. So what I see is maybe because the solenoids turn on and off, on and off, on and off so many times by the apex that it could wear it out quicker. So I don't know. I'll buy another one. It's like $25, $30 or something for a solenoid. So I might even just order, just have another one. My solenoid dies, just pop on another one. Done. I wish I could have did a Hangouts. Yeah. I mean, I don't even like streaming without a Hangout right now. Nobody's in here. I think Devin Rich is coming soon. I want to debate him on calcium reactors. Because I've done a lot of research, guys. I have zero experience, but I've done a lot of research. So I want some of my hypotheses challenged. He says no monster build. He's probably doing a 180. Sounds pretty monster. And there is, Joey. There's people that just like do straight solo streams, like solo stream. You know, it's you like run like I'm doing right now. They do that for 3 hours at a time. I don't want to do that. I want somebody to talk to. I mean, where it's a reef chat, and all I have to show you is my fat face. I wish somebody would show me some reef stuff. So I want Devin to come in here, dude. I want to talk to you, bro. When he's done with his hot chocolate, he should be in here. Chug that shit, bro. Chug that hot chocolate. Come talk. If you don't have a topic after chat, yeah, it's hard. It is hard. Reef Spy. Reef Spy, what's up, buddy? I don't think you use a calcium reactor. Mark, how are you, though, buddy? I like Mark's tank. Mark's got some good stuff going on. No, it's not going to be an interview. It's going to be a debate. It's going to be me just telling him how I feel, just like I ran it with you guys earlier. I want him to counter how I feel a calcium reactor works and why I think a Kimura and a carbon doser is not worth it. I want him to tell me why. Yeah, Mark. Mark, how's the vivarium, terrarium, arium, some kind of arium you got with that 30 you bought? How's that going? Nano, I'm good, bro. Nano Man wants to show me a big pink sea cucumber. No, don't want to see it. Rob's contest is tomorrow. What's tomorrow? The 15th? 15th, yeah. Somebody getting some checks tomorrow. I know some of y'all getting some checks. I'm not, fortunately. I get paid tomorrow, but I don't get them checks though. The 15th, you know what I mean? If anybody, you guys all know Reef Spy. I was gonna say, if you guys are interested in a guy creating his own fish tank controller, that guy's doing it. No, nope. I don't want to see it. Tiny though? You know, I don't know what's going on in my comments. You guys are talking about like the meat factories and pink stuff. No, I want to see somebody that runs a calcium reactor with a carbon doser and a Kimura pump. It's debate. I want to ask you questions. Chip the Reefer, what up, buddy? There's not a whole lot going on. I don't even know how many people are in here. So think about it. I gotta like log into another because I can't. I don't know how to see it through chats. 19. Take it. Need to shave. I'm going to shave this beard off tomorrow. Fade's all right, though. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have carbon doser. He's got the same regulator I do. And I asked him this the other night, and he couldn't answer it. Because he's just like me. We don't got a clue. Yeah, Reef Spy, how is the pond doing? It's probably thawed out now. It's been kind of warm, especially the past few days. Dude, you put out the video Reef Spy. It was like when they were like frozen. They looked frozen, weren't moving. But that's cool. I would like a pond. That's cool. Maybe one day. I feel like we're trapped in Mike Mirror. Yeah. I don't know. It's my face. I know. That's why I need somebody on here. I want Devin Rich to come and join me. I want to be like, hey man, you ready yet? Waiting for him to finish his hot chocolate. Hey Rob, Reef Co. Good spot. I like it. You can buy a lot there. He's below a lot of money. I don't know what we're talking about. Mike, plug me in. I need subs. Hey, if anybody hasn't watched Nano Man's channel, click it. Check his channel out. Good dude. He wants subscribers. He likes subscribers. I like subscribers. So yeah, click him, subscribe. Tell him he needs more rock. Subscribe to comment on his newest video. I don't care what it is, and say, hey, you need new rock. More rock is what you need. Yeah, it is Reef Spy. Tell me you know about Highlight, because I'm from Tampa, and the only time I ever got to drink is when I go down to Florida to see my parents. And then, boom, it's at Whole Foods near me. Done. Highlight. Cigar City Brewing. Born in Tampa, Florida. But I think they got bought out. I think it's like another just Bud Light on the market. That was owned by a big company. But yes, Reef Spy, you know about Highlight, or is that just because you've been on the stream before? That'd be cool if you knew what it was, because you're not close to me. You're way out there. No, oh, Reef Spy. I'm talking to Reef Spy. I'm having me thinking I'm talking to Phil. Phil, so you guys have Highlight in Jersey now then. So that's cool. But again, I think they got bought out by a big company. For some reason, I was all twisted thinking I was talking to Reef Keeper for a second, thinking you're way over there, but you're just like right over there, or like 4 hours away, 5 hours away. Yeah, Gabe. Gabe, what's up, dude? Glad you commented. Yes. So my parents live in Pasco. I don't know if you're from Tampa or if you just live there, because that's a good question. I was born in Clearwater, raised in Pasco County. My parents still live in Pasco. My brother lives in Orange County, I think, over by Orlando. And up until literally like 4 or 5 months ago, I've never seen Highlight up here in Cigar City Brewing. They're in Ybor. It's good stuff, dude. I like hoppy pale ales. I don't like India pale ales. It's kind of weird because India pale ale is a little different than what I really like. But because this is more hoppy than India, I like it. It's bitter. The bitter, the better. The bitter, the better, the better, better. St. Arnold's? I've never even heard of that, Joey. Devin, what's your I got a debate. Or not a debate. I just want to throw my opinions out there and why I think you shouldn't spend too much on calcium reactor components. So, Reef Dudes, can you jump in and talk to me, please? Thanks for stopping by, man. Whether you want to drop your email and I can email it to you, or I just dump it in. Been in Tampa for 31 years. I just lost I say just, but I was there for Christmas. That's so just. I lost almost. It's not that much, but I lost 600 at. We're gonna lose it at the Hard Rock Tampa. That's a lot. Link me up. Just waiting for Devin. So there he goes right there. Remove comment. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
All right.
Keep going sideways. There.
We've been debating calcium reactors here and there for the past couple hours. And you are running. We're just gonna dive right in. How you doing? How you doing, buddy?
Excellent. Last few days, but back to normal-ish today. How are you?
You've been traveling. You went to the frag show in Niagara. I see.
I did. It was good. I got way too many frags.
You went to the farmers. Did you go to the farmers market?
No, just an agricultural show.
I thought you were going to the Connecticut one, which I think was 2 Saturdays ago, maybe.
Nope, different one. And not next month, but the month after to keep on reefing. Is it Connecticut, Cincinnati? I think it is. Rhode Island, Cincinnati, whatever's that area.
Because I saw you. We were talking with Scott. Scott's a good dude, actually. I met him probably the last few months. Good dude.
Yeah, he's a bundle of energy. He's a good guy, though. I like Scott. Super nice guy.
You could stuff that rock flower tank.
Oh, I know. When I
hear
go
a lot of them.
Yeah, when I go to keep on reefing, that's on Saturday, and the Sunday.
That's what it is. KOR. Yeah.
And then he's doing a shindig at his shop on Sunday. So I'll be there checking it out, and it will probably be dangerous, but it'll be good.
So you're seeing a couple days, so you'll be there on Sunday? Because I can take Sundays off. I can't take Saturdays off.
Okay, yeah. So Sunday, 1 second, last Sunday. So Sunday is going to be at his shop, I believe. I'll have to confirm, but it should be fun.
At his store?
Yep. So if you're in the area, come on out. Should be good.
I'm 45 minutes. So 40. I'll be there.
That's not bad.
Yeah. What Saturday?
I just traveled a 4.5, 5 hour plane ride to go to a show, so you're fine. 45 minutes is nothing.
I'll be there.
All right.
All right. Are you ready to debate for a second? Because I have theories that spending a lot of money on a calcium reactor.
Yeah.
Where I can't spend a lot of money on a calcium reactor, I'm more of calcium reactor components.
Yep.
Particularly the carbon doser and the Kimura pump.
All right. So
you use a Kimura pump and not a carbon doser, I think?
Correct.
Yeah.
So at the time, I felt like I would get better bang for my buck from the Kimura than the carbon doser. Mainly because in the past, so if you have a pH controller that you can tell what the pH is inside your reactor, right? You can adjust. You can adjust your effluent, or you can adjust your alkalinity output by either adjusting the flow through it or the pH inside of it. So you can pick one, right? Either one will do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a certain point where you can like max out what you can do with it, and then you might have to adjust the other variable. But the core.
Can I tell you my argument? Because I feel like you're going to prove everything I'm saying right.
All right,
okay.
Go first.
So here's my theory. So we'll start off at whatever you want to. We'll start off at a carbon doser. Yeah. Why do I need a carbon doser to regulate a bubble count when I don't care what the bubble count is, because my Neptune's apex is controlling the pH inside my reactor. So whether it's throwing a bunch of pH at it or it's going a slow, steady stream of CO2 at it, why do I care when my calcium reactor is going to turn it on and off? So that's one. Second is carbon. Okay. Go ahead.
As long as you keep it at whatever pH you want, then it doesn't matter, right?
Exactly. So I compared this to what I used to do, and I don't do it anymore, which I don't know why I don't do it anymore. But what I used to do with my heaters is just crank them all the way up. Yeah. Crank them all the way up. Let my apex control, because it just turn them on and turn it off when it needed. So it's the same thing. Like people are like, oh well, the carbon dose is going to really fine tune my bubble rate, but
you can do that.
Care. It's like my heater fine tunes. Yeah. My heater fine tunes my temperature, but I'm controlling it from something else. So what does that even matter?
For example, I wouldn't max it out, but I'd set like a degree or two higher, just in case your apex ever failed and your backup thermostat will still work. With the carbon doser calcium reactor, even with mine, like I just have like a pinpoint CO2 regulator, and it's like super like finicky. Like I just use a little screwdriver and you literally move it like a hair and adjust the bubble count. So
but what does that matter if my apex is controlling it?
Yeah, well, you can do that. Now, the two things to consider: if it's turning on and off constantly, then that's potentially wearing out the solenoid or your apex thing sooner. So
that was one other thing, is that the longevity of the actual solenoid. But again, a solenoid is like what, $30 on BRS?
So so what I do is I let the solenoid and the apex control it, but then I'll play with my little needle valve and I'll try and get it so it basically never turns off, right? So it has that for a backup if it needs to. I mean, you don't need this, right? This is what I do, so that it's always on and it's not putting all those extra cycles on the outlet or the solenoid.
Sure, it's all about the longevity of the actual solenoid. Then that's the whole reason why, because it doesn't matter what my bubble count is because my controller is controlling it. Correct?
Yeah, right.
Great. We were talking earlier, and I didn't think I've been eyeing a carbon doser and a Kimura pump. So the carbon doser, the only thing is the longevity of the solenoid, but if they're only like $30 on BRS, just buy two of them and save one. So here's my other argument. And I want you to clarify. Everybody's talking about, oh, the Kimura pump. It's a continuous flow to your reactor. Yep. But why does that matter? Because my circulation pump is going to control how much water is going through the actual reactor. Okay, so there's so much pressure in there that, like, whether I flow X amount or X plus 2 amount through it or X minus 3, it doesn't matter how much I'm pushing, because pressure is going to stop it, and the only the flow of the circulation pump and the effluent drip rate, or whatever I have that running, is going to. So why do I care how stable my intake is when head pressure in general is going to just stop?
So the pump inside the calcium reactor just recirculates it within itself, right? So it's,
but it can't be pushing. You can't push a ton of water into it with only a little bit coming out. Correct?
Okay, so with the Kimura, you do not restrict your output. If you're using a feed pump like an aqua lifter or off a manifold, then you would restrict your output to control it. So
$30. Feed.
So with the Kimura, like, you don't use any needle valves, nothing. You use your Kimura to set it. Now, the advantage of using it is you can dial it in by 1 mil per minute. So if I'm like, oh, my elk's slow, I can just walk up, turn that little needle up, and go increase by 1 mil per minute. It just makes it easy to adjust it. That's the biggest thing.
Here's my argument, though. Yep. Say if it's 1 mil a minute.
Yep.
Crank it up to 30 mils a minute,
Yep.
pressure won't allow that pump to pump that in. If it's the exit, the effluent coming out, if that's regulated, there can only be so much water in a regulator. So if I'm pumping too much through, but it's not coming out the other side, the water is going to just naturally not push in there, correct?
You don't want to use a regulator on the output if you're using a parasolic pump. Because why? Because
You mean needle valve to come out the effluent?
Yeah, you don't want to use that with a Kimura. That's bad. Because like a dosing pump, it squishes the parasolic pump. It squishes the line and forces it in. Now, if you're restricting the output and you're forcing too much, you're putting a lot of pressure inside the reactor, and it can potentially spring a leak, break a seal, or cause all types of issues. So you don't want to restrict the output with a parasolic.
I feel like the exit would always be less than the intake.
Nope, it'll be. If you're not restricting, it's going to be identical, right? Whatever you put in is exactly.
But I'm saying if you're restricting, you have to restrict it. You can't just run it wide open, can you?
Yeah, because here, let me show you.
That's going to be like a straight stream.
Yeah, so this is not at all connected to my output. On the default configuration, this needle valve connects to your output. I completely bypassed it and repurposed it. So what I'm using mine for is to control the recycling of the CO2. So on the Vertex reactor, to make it more efficient, it will suck from the very top of the chamber, and it brings it back into one of these valves. So it recycles unused CO2. That makes it slightly more efficient.
So here's my question.
Yep.
Is the flow of the Kimura the same as the flow coming out of the reactor?
Yep. Okay. So what? So 24 mils a minute right now. You can see my little drip rate over there. Now, if I crank this up to whatever, right? So it's like giving her. Now you can see basically a stream coming out of it now.
That changes too. Okay.
Yeah. So it's 100%
fluent rate with the Kimura as well, just by one dial.
Yeah. So the advantage of having the Kimura is that it makes it dead easy to adjust it, right? You're like, oh, my alkalinity is low. I walk up, turn the needle a smidge, and then I'm back in business. That's the advantage of it. It takes a lot of the guesswork out and makes it super easy to adjust.
I didn't know that the intake would affect the exit. I thought the circulation pump can only pump so much. So whether you're pumping it hard and if the water's not being able to get into that circulation, I didn't know just like a direct circulation push in, push out.
Yeah, no, definitely is. So it's 100% unrestricted flow. So whatever you push in is what essentially overflows out. Knocked off one of my little flaps when I did that.
So here's a question for you: why would I buy a $350 Kimura when I can buy like a lab grade for $150 on eBay?
Do it, same thing. Generally, the big lab ones are big. If you can buy them for $150 and you have the space, just do that.
Yeah, it is a bigger one. It is bigger. Is that the same because it's slimmer?
The Master Flexes are probably 4 to 6 times the size. Like they're big. Like they're like a big.
It's a nice little component. Yeah.
Exactly. New, they're like $1,000 though, right? Where this is 200 and whatever bucks. So to a new one, even used ones on eBay is what I was looking for, like $500. So for its size, it's a good price.
So
100% don't. In the past, I just used a manifold or fine. It's more precise using it, but you 100% don't need all this stuff. It's just nice to have.
So I was just thinking about running with and I guess I wasn't thinking that the rate of going in affects the rate of going out, because I was thinking there's only so much pressure that PVC can handle. So it's too much pressure pump to absorb, then it's going to push out enough because it can't back,
Yeah, so if in the past, like back in my previous one, which is my super ghetto calcium reactor, I literally traded a case of beer.
Super ghetto.
And I redid all the plumbing on it. I completely redid it all. I had it just running off my manifold, and I just used a pinch or a needle valve on the output. That's all I did. It worked fine. Let the Apex control it, and same thing, just to my needle valve. Still worked fine. The only difference with using this and the fancier is it's going to keep more consistent. It won't have as big of a swing. It's just more stable. Do you need it? No. Is it nice to have? Yes. Pretty much sums it up. But that's most of reefing, right?
Buy a Kimura pump.
like if you look at all the stuff in my tank, I have lots of freaking high tech stuff in my tank. Do I need it? 100% don't need it. Is it nice to have? Yes. Right? Like, this isn't even doing it yet. I haven't even used it.
The argument about don't need it is more about like, it's like buying a $1,000 heater, if that makes sense, because I can dial in, but I have something controlling this $1,000 heater that makes the $1,000 heater irrelevant. You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
That was my main argument.
Yeah. You can do it 100% without it. With it, just gives you a little more precision and control. Do you need that precision and control? It's up to you.
So I didn't know that you run the effluent wide open and there's no control. So so I didn't know that.
Because you only do that with a peristaltic pump. If you're using any other type of pump, then you would restrict it.
So I didn't know that the flow going in from whatever pump you have, if it's wide open on the other end, affects the flow rate.
Yeah,
because I was just thinking like the circulation pump can only control so much. Yeah. So if you're pushing harder in, it's still only going to push so much to stop that extra flow going in.
Yeah, so that's if you're using a regular pump with it, or like an aqua lifter or something like that. Yeah. Then that's how you do it. But does
an aqua lifter flow change? Or why wouldn't I run an aqua lifter through my reactor and put this that it came with? Why wouldn't I put that on there?
100% will work. So aqua lifter uses a diaphragm pump, so it takes a little thing and like compresses and pushes it out, and that's why if it's restricted, it will still work fine. With a peristaltic pump, it squeezes the hose and pushes it forward, and because that pushing action, it has a lot of force and pressure behind it. So
it pushes out the other end. I get it.
Yeah. So if you're pushing too much pressure, you're pressurizing your reactor, and the odds are something might get cracked, spring a leak or something at some point, right? So it's just eventually long term, something's going to leak, something's going to cause trouble.
So this is just my argument, just from like thinking about it and researching about how a calcium works, because I've never used one. I have one. It's set. The only thing I need to do is refill my CO2, and basically I just need to. What my plan was to do a aqua lifter.
Yep, 100%. I did that past. I did that for a long time.
If I run it at like a 6.9, 6.8 pH and just see what happens, I have nothing. I'm still cycling. I was just going to give myself the opportunity to dial it in as far as like the flow rate before even turning my CO2 on. That was kind of my plan, but
that's another option, right? You get your flow dialed in, and then you adjust your alk by lowering the pH slowly.
Yeah,
which is pretty easy to do if you're using a controller like an Apex or something, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people always talk about dialing in the bubble rate, dialing in the effluent rate, but like I don't care about either of those.
Yeah, literally keep one stable and only adjust the other one. You can pick whatever one you want, but only adjust one. Like just get one in the general ballpark, and the other you just slowly tweak it.
How's your rock flower tank going?
Pretty good. My little baby's still good.
I know, dude. Out of nowhere, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna try a rock flower tank." He's like, "Hey," 2 days later, he's like, "I got babies." Couldn't tell where
probably,
I got them.
Get my little poker stick so I can annoy the one. See it hiding under the skirt of the big one. I thought I had 2 potential babies, and the one disappeared, but I still got one. So
either way,
or move. Get out of there. Move. There you go. See that little tiny baby there? Right there?
Yeah, orange. Yep.
Yeah, a little orange one. So I'm happy. How sticky that is. So I still got one. So super happy about that. So hopefully I'm trying to feed them pretty heavy, keep the water good, and hopefully they'll make some more.
Definitely showing. Since the last time I saw them, I think may have been on a live stream.
Yeah.
I'm thinking really open.
Yeah, they're pretty happy right now. They're pretty tiny. Like they're really good the first day, and they got really tiny for a while. Now they're starting to look a little bit better again.
I think they look good. Because they were real small. Some of them you couldn't even really see when you did your video.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the flow for a sec. Yeah, they're definitely opening up and a little bit bigger now that they settled in.
Cool.
So hopefully it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, rock flowers are cool. It was like never really a thing until recently.
Yeah, I've wanted them forever. They're really expensive in Canada and a lot cheaper in the States. So when I finally just ordered a batch from the States, went and picked it up, it made it easier to justify.
So when you go to KMR, you're gonna grab a few.
Probably, and I'm going to be at Rap Orlando next month, so I may acquire a few there too.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like I see a lot of like stuff posted and commented on from like guys around my area, and then I look online. Like I didn't know anybody knew Scott. There's this guy Tom who seems to know everybody. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's funny how the hobby brings everybody together. Your tank is looking nice, man.
Thank you. Pretty happy with her lately. This baby, Nazi Gold Torch. I've been wanting one for like years. Got that guy on Tuesday in Toronto. So super stoked for that. That'll be cool.
There's this guy on the BRS, meaning Boston Reefer Society, who was trying to sell these yellow torches. They're like really yellow. He's trying to get 300 a head.
How much?
300 a head.
Whew.
I thought that was a little. Yeah.
What kind of torch is it?
It's just like yellow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably find it. It's like always on like the top commented shit on BRS. They're pretty cool. It's like got me thinking like, do I do it? I mean, it's just it's one of those things that you probably won't ever see again.
Yeah, I know.
He has two, but nobody's pulled the trigger yet.
I hope my Aussie Gold lives because I've wanted one of those for so long, and they're hard to find.
What do you like? How do you feel about those dendros? Are they worth feeding every day? Is it worth the hassle?
You don't have to feed them, but they'll grow faster if you feed them.
So what? They're not going to filter feed, are they?
Well, I kind of just broadcast feed the tank. Like I just shoot some food in, and I leave the little power head on, so it just kind of keeps circulating, and they catch stuff. So you don't have to feed them; they just grow faster if you do.
I was at a guy's house the other day, and he had dendros, and I was like, I've always been kind of turned off by it because I always thought you have to you got to get in the turkey baster and feed them every day.
A sun coral, yes. Dendros are like a photosynthetic sun coral, basically. Bigger heads. So yeah, so they're similar looking to a sun coral, but they're open in the day. You don't have to spot feed them. So if you like sun corals and you find them a pain, buy dendro.
Is that an orange, red, yellow scully right there?
Yeah, man.
Look at that thing.
That's cool, eh?
That's
It's pretty red when I got it. It's starting to color up some more.
That thing's awesome.
That was pretty cool, man. I got this guy at the show, which I'm kind of stoked for. I think it's really, really cool if it colors up.
What is it?
I have faith in it. Should be good.
It's cool. This thing looks like a retirement plan.
Yeah, man. One day. Hopefully one day.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then
I
I
wish I was
texting on frags.
I didn't know you had that going on. What's lighting that little thing right there?
Another prime. This is all newish.
Yeah, you haven't showed that yet.
No, this is like exclusive sneak peek.
Sneak peek. Everybody watch it.
This is my coral haul from the show. I did a lot of trading, and then I
coral haul from the show from the Niagara.
Yep. I brought down.
Talk about a haul.
Yeah, I had a few extra bounces, so I brought down some bounces, and I brought down some of those like citrus rhodactis, and I had a lot of trade credit. So that about half of it was all trades from lugging stuff down. Cross country trading, like the furthest trade I've ever done.
Are they doing all right under the prime?
Oh yeah, no. So I literally got them last night. It was a huge hassle to deal with that because they wouldn't let me check them in my carry-on or my check baggage, and that's a pain. But yeah. So I lost a couple because some of them were living in a bag far too long. But aside from that, the survivors so far so good.
That's a few frags, man.
Oh, dude, I got some really cool stuff. So hopefully it all makes it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we're all interested in seeing it when you put a video together.
Yeah, in a day or two, once it all opens up and is happy, I'll film something on it.
Since you actually posted a video.
What's that?
So it's been a little bit since you posted a video. Actually, you did your last video was what was it?
Yesterday I did.
It was only like a 3 video.
Yesterday I did a stream on just like dipping corals. I was planning on dipping all that, but of course the flight was canceled and it was delayed, so I killed that.
Oh yeah, there was 4 stages to that dip.
Yeah, that was for stuff like the bear, you need to hardcore rinse. I was talking to another guy, like at one of the coral farm places, and they dipped stuff with it. Even after rinsing it, it like wiped out a ton of their shrimp and inverts everything. So you need to be like hardcore on the rinsing of the bear.
Billy Pipes does it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
No issues with it.
Yeah.
I've thought about it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've never actually used it. I've just talked to tons of people that use it. I have it. Maybe one day if I actually run out of real coral dip, I'll try it. But I have like.
Vision Robs Alex asks, what CO2 regulator would you recommend, Reef Juice?
I am using the Pinpoint. I think it's American Marine Pinpoint CO2. Mainly using that one just because it's super duper tiny. And in my old, I had a severe lack of space, so I needed it as compact as possible. The Milwaukee one, I used that one too before that, and it worked pretty well. That's kind of the cheap standard issue one. Carbon Doser seems nice, but it's hard to justify $300 on it.
Yep. Nobody could debate me earlier. I was talking about like, why do I care about the reliability of the actual carbon is the only thing I can think is worth spending extra money. I don't know. I didn't realize that I wasn't thinking about running it wide open and that your inlet pump would control the exit of the effluent. I didn't even think of that because I'm always thinking I'm running this thing. I'm running this little guy. So I'm going to control what comes out. Yep. So basically by what comes out, I can control what comes in, whether it puts strain on my little pump or not.
Yeah. So one advantage of the Carbon Doser, aside from it just being super digitally consistent, is when a CO2 tank is almost out of gas, it tends to dump out a lot more than normal into the tank. Now, if you're using something like an Apex or pH controller to control it, it will see that change and shut it off.
It won't matter, yeah.
But something like a Carbon Doser, because it's digitally opening and closing on a timer rather than just a pressure, it will keep it more consistent, and you shouldn't have to deal with that big dump of CO2 at the end. I've never had that happen. I think I've just refilled it before that's ever happened, because I just refill it like once a year and then not worry about it for a year. But that is a potential thing, like one advantage I can see from it.
As far as like how and why a carbon Doser works, I get it.
Yeah. What
I'm worried about is because mine's not set up yet. Is like the main thing is like the bubbles running through it. I've heard people have like a new exhaust for the bubbles going through it, even though I have a tube on the top that like is supposed to recirculate the excess CO2.
Yep.
That's the only thing I'm worried about because now, it works. I'm just worried about the equipment.
If there's too much gas inside of your chamber, one is going to make it louder because it's going to suck in that gas back into the pump and you get cavitation, and it's going to make it louder. And the other thing is if there's too much, there's a big cloud in my tank. And if there's too much gas, the other thing is it may drop your elk quicker. But I mean, as long as it's like a decent regular with a needle valve, you can tune it in. My rafts just nose dived into my tank because the giant cloud of dust was like.
So here's something I said earlier too, which I've always had a problem with pH. Like I can't say I've always had a problem with pH. I've always had a problem with chasing the pH. So like this, I don't know, couldn't tell you. You really be worried about it. Like, oh, I'm running a 7.9, 7.6. Like I need to raise it. But like now, so I have an Apex EL. I got an open box. It was only $425 for an Apex EL, so I run it. With an ORP program, I was thinking I could run a pH to my tank and an ORP as a pH to my calcium reactor, but because it doesn't come with that, I'm thinking of not worrying about my tank's pH. How do you feel about that?
Don't worry about the tank's pH.
Yeah, see?
Now,
because I used to chase it, and I bought, like I think we talked about earlier, I bought a CO2 scrubber. I had one. I tried draping hoses out the door. Like, I was so worried about trying to get it up past 8 that it was like stupid for me to just chase it. And then so it's just kind of funny. It's an ongoing thing with a couple of us, seasoned YouTubers. I don't think I'm going to bother with it this time. Like, I don't even care what the tank, unless my corals show me otherwise.
If it's higher than 7.7, 7.8, don't even worry about it. Who cares? If it's super low, there might be issues. But if it's like 7.9 to 8, who cares? Like, it's not worth chasing. I sat there.
Is it harder? I mean, I feel like it's hard to have a lower pH than 7.6.
Yeah,
I mean,
it really is.
You're dosing something wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would be hard to keep it that low unless you have like a giant family and you're in a tiny house with sealed windows and
so this is where this is my experience. I'm getting it now because I used to chase it. Like, oh, Mom, it's at 7.8. Like, I need to get it up, and I would buy all the stuff.
I did the same thing. I literally sat there with my old calcium reactor, and then I was like, oh, what if I do this? Well, how will it affect the pH? What if I add on a second chamber? What if I air bubble the fluid? Like, I sat there for like 3 days doing all these random experiments, see how it affected it. My camera just turned off because my phone's on low battery mode.
I just removed my first person of my streams ever.
What's that?
I just removed my first person ever.
Oh, they happen.
Yeah.
Yep. Cracking the whip. But yeah, like stuff that I've tried. Like, I had like a wooden air stone in an effluent cup to degas it for drift. Like, I've tried so many random experiments. Running the biggest benefit to my pH was running that little dinky airline outside.
A lot of people, this is where it just, I'm not the best reefer ever. A lot of people think that you're flushing in fresh air. That's why it's making it better. You don't realize it's not about the air that's coming in. It's about the CO2 that's being released.
There's less CO2 in the outside air. So by sucking from that,
you get fresh air in. No, you don't. You just need to get CO2 out.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot about CO2 and pH and calcium reactors in the last year. Focus of mine.
Now, having a second chamber on your calcium reactor with media gives it more contact time to absorb that CO2. That's another thing that helps it.
That's what made me buy it, because if I could tell somebody, I bought a budget calcium reactor.
Mm-hmm.
Had a second chamber. It's only, my main calcium reactor chamber is it's like this. It's big. But
yep.
The other one's it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a second chamber, and a lot of them don't even come with second chambers. I'm trying to minimize the load going into
it was about a 0.1 pH difference from adding a second chamber on my old school DIY one.
But you have much bigger than what I have.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever saw my old one, but it was stubbier and pretty wide. And I used an old reactor and made a DIY second chamber. What?
Well, I've seen quite a few of your videos. One thing really cool is easy for you that it might have been. Actually, 2 videos lately. The one is that dosing. When you were dosing with before the calcium reactor, and you made that little bracket for your Voss water bottles.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I got that baby on my tank on the Nano right now.
That was cool. The other one was your rock that you just did the other day. That was cool. I mean, it's big enough. The only thing with that is there's not enough, it's not porous.
Well, you can just throw marine pure or ceramic meat in your sump and don't worry about it.
That was really cool. I mean, you said it took you 15 minutes, but either way, that was a cool rock structure. If it was a nice big one for 100 or something.
The cool thing about doing it in VR is you can blow it up and be inside of it and like see what the fish would see, which is kind of fun.
That was really cool. Yeah, it's completely three-dimensional. You kind of like got down in it and you can see what they see. Which, yeah.
I kind of wish I had a camera actually watching me. I'm like on the floor on my knees looking in stuff, stand up. And
super geeked out.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just like get my phone and record it when I do it next time. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny.
I have a little like 5-gallon fluval spec. I kind of want to like 3D print some crazy rock structure for it.
Me too. I was thinking about doing, as random as this is, I was thinking about doing like a 5-gallon beta tank.
Yep.
And plumbing it with like a 5-gallon sump.
Nice.
Just some little like stupid little project, I guess.
Yep, they're fun. That's half my videos and stuff, is just random projects. Late night ideas pop into your head, just do it.
I don't want a tank without a sump anymore, is how I feel.
I don't either, because I don't like seeing equipment.
Exactly. Even if I just want to hide the heater.
Yep.
It's worth putting sump in, you know? It's funny.
Even like when I used to do freshwater tanks, I even then used like all-in-one tanks because I didn't like seeing equipment in the tank. Like it made me laugh because I had like a innovative marine, like 12-gallon or whatever it was, or 16-gallon, which I have an auto top off on, and all this stuff, which is like total reefing gear back in my freshwater days. So I just had to hide it all. It just took away from the tanks and all this stuff in it.
What time we got here? Well, I'm glad. I thought I had like so much ammunition to come at you and tell you why a Kimura.
You don't need
that's what I wanted. Someone to tell me why it's worth it.
It's nice to have. You don't need it, but it's nice to have. But
so on the reverse end, if the peristaltic pump, because it's so in and out from the reactor, could I have a aqua lifter? Just have I know your answer is going to be yes, but like the aqua lifter, I can push whatever flow I want into it, but regulate the effluent exit.
Yep.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I need a carbon doser.
You don't.
I don't think, because I was ready to buy one. I was ready to buy a carbon doser.
Save the $300.
And a Kimura, but I don't think I need either of them.
Kimura's nice to have, but you don't need it. You can use a needle valve and an aqua lifter for like $40.
Done.
240, and you're good.
Yep, that needle valve that you showed, the RO, whatever that is, a 1/4 inch.
Yep.
That you were showing, I bought it. It was like $28 on BRS or something crazy.
Yep.
But I have it.
So well, I would almost try putting that on the input of the calcium reactor, and then on the output, just let it be free flowing. Because
and just need it from before the reactor.
Yeah, because sometimes when you have needle valves in the output, sometimes I see them, if there's air, like if it's at the end of the line, you need to like clean them and maintain them. But it's on the input, you shouldn't really have to. This just popped into my head now, but that might be worth trying. Because with an aqua lifter, I think
everybody talks about like effluent rate, and I really believe there's probably like 4 different ways to dial in a calcium reactor.
Well, it's either by pH or it's by effluent rate, right? So you have a certain concentration of alkalinity from dissolving that media.
Yeah.
The more CO2 you inject, so by giving a higher bubble rate, it's going to make it more concentrated because you're going to dissolve more media. Now, it's also going to drive down your pH, so consider that. If you're worried about pH, try running it at a higher effluent rate.
Now, how do you control it?
I try and keep mine at a fairly high effluent rate and just adjust it via the flow.
You keep it as the flow from the Kimura?
Yeah, because
that's how you control the whole reactors, from the flow into the reactor.
Yep. So you pick your pH that you want to run it at, you get it pretty stable there, and then you just adjust your flow if you want more or less. So if I see my alkalinities dropping, I walk over my Kimura, I go bloop, turn it, add 1 more mil, done.
Just a little bit. Huh.
Yeah. And if my, or if my pH or my alkalinity is too low or too high, then I turn down my flow a little bit, right? So it's an easy way to do it. Now, I do have a few small complaints about the Kimura.
All ears.
Yeah, so I purposely adjust my pH so I can run it at 24 mils or higher. At 23 mils and less, it has some weird harmonic sounds that annoy me, where it's like a little high-pitched noise or motor noises that just seems too loud and it bugs me. So I run mine at 24 mil or higher. So I bargain with my pH to find the lowest point I could do it, and then I leave it there and turn up if needed.
You balance sound with actual
Yeah, because it
result.
was annoying. So
Okay.
I'm also OCD about my tank being quiet. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, me
Most
too.
most people won't care, but
so what I'm running now is a corner overflow that had like one drain, one return. I turned both of those into 2 drains and I drooped over a return.
Yep.
I'm used to having the only ever plum tank I had was a bean animal, so it had a little thin, like not even inch wide overflow that went through a bulk and had 3 drains. So I had one normal, one full siphon, one regular, and an emergency. So that was super quiet. So now that I have this like only 2 drains, I get this gurgle. I get this gurgle, and it's like everyone that listens to it, they don't think it's nothing, but I hear it. It's I want it like silent, like super silent.
You can build a silencer for them. There's this PVC contraption that.
If there's a contraption, I'm not aware of it, but what I did is I drilled a hole in the top and put a straw in it.
Yeah,
and higher it goes or lower it goes, the louder it gets or quieter it gets. But I still can't get it quiet between my return pump. I put a gate valve, so it's not a ball valve, but a gate valve in there trying to dial it in, and I can't get it super quiet. There's always like a real slight gurgle.
So the gurgle's from the air entering it.
I know. It's the same thing. You up or down with that little straw that I cut out, and it affects it, but I haven't found, I guess, the
perfect spot
to make it. Yeah, the puzzle piece to make it completely. I'm working on it though. I've been
silly tweaking. You might be able to do you know, like on the bean animal, have you seen the ones who have like the U-shaped drain with the little air thing on the side, like on the top, so that it
like droops over and then sucks air back in or sucks water back in?
Yeah, I don't know. You might be able to try something like that on there. I'm not sure. I've always done just bean animal just because.
But you're talking about one of the pumps has like a inline air tubing.
Yeah, so it's like a U shape. So it's to let it be an open siphon, and if that little airline ever gets plugged or that hole, then it will create a full siphon to drain faster.
Now my buddy did a 125 with a coast to coast overflow, and he's got that method implemented. So he showed me, because it's not like an air stone on the end, but it's something weird that's got a little weight to it. So like, the water goes down, it'll drop down into the water and get sucked up.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've never ran that, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the bean animal with the like ghost overflow. It was I still have the overflow, and it was just like more about not wanting to actually drill the tank for it because it always scared me.
Yep. If you ever do decide to, just go very slow and use lots of water.
All right. Well, when time comes, the only thing I need is a new fitting for my inlet of the calcium reactor, and I need to fill my actual CO2 tank, which I have. I have air gas right up the street within like a. So they'll fill that up, and I just need the actual inlet from the aqua lifter, because what the inlet to my actual reactor came with, I think, is like for whatever like silicone tubing that like a maxi jet would come with, because it's like a bar fitting.
Yeah.
It's like thick, like an actual like RO quarter-inch tube, whatever it is, like go in it, but it won't stick. Easy.
Gotcha.
Straight out. So I need to buy. Somebody was telling me the other night on our live stream, it was called like a John something fitting.
John Geist.
John what?
John Geist, probably.
So that's like a threaded one end to like a push connect for like an RO tubing.
Yeah, something like that would work.
Basically.
Yeah, you need some adapter. The other thing that might work is using something like. See, I have these fittings on here, so it goes from a bar.
Turn your phone sideways.
something like this might work. So I have a barbed fitting going into a push connector. So that might work.
So that's
like that, probably.
what I heard.
Yeah, same one here, like on my little drain valve. It's I have a little barb that connects to a push fitting. So it's probably something like that's what you want, is my guess. So you could use regular airline or whatever hose to adapt it.
I'll show you. Let me grab it. It's not under my tank yet. Give me 20 seconds. Let me run and grab it because I want your input.
All right.
Like Jordan with my phone. All right, so I want you to see what I was talking about.
Okay.
Phone. So. Oh, I'm email myself the link real quick.
Yeah, no problem. Where's the phone cable?
Oh, this is gonna be a pain right here.
Are you winning?
Oh, all right, here we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure it out.
The suspense.
All right.
Yep.
Boom. Let me delete the link.
Are you sending it to your phone or?
Yeah, so I just dropped it so I can join from my phone. And
Yes.
probably do this. How's that?
You're all good.
Hold on.
All right. Turn on your computer speakers.
Yep. How's that?
Perfect.
All right, so check it out. So this is what I'm talking about. And I reached out to BRS and they wanted me to send it to them. And the reason they wanted me to send it to them is because their display on their actual BRS website is different from what they send you. So this could be a stupid thing to say, but they show black tubing, which let me turn it around. Hold on. Present myself.
Remember how you just give me heck for not having my phone sideways?
Do you want to sideways?
There we go.
Boom. Yeah, there it goes. All right. So this comes with black tubing show on their, on the website, it's black tubing. But it came with orange tubing.
Yeah.
But so here's my regulator.
Yep.
We were talking about.
Yep.
TNA. Top Nature Aqua. It's a 2 gauge with a bubble counter and a solenoid, all brand new.
Nice.
I need to get that filled up, but this is where I'm having a problem because this is the inlet. This is not shown on their website. Like from right here, this way is not what they have. So like this is what comes with it. So like I said, I think it's like an inlet for like a maxi jet.
What size of the thread? Looks like 1/2 inch probably.
It's
quarter inch, 1/2 inch.
It's small. It's enough
No.
for a RO tubing to slide right in there.
Okay, look at the other side of it.
Yeah, and that's like a 1/2 inch, I think.
Okay, so I
Quarter
would go
inch?
to like Home Depots or Lowe's or whatever you have out there, and buy a
Both.
1/2 inch threaded to a push connector fitting, and then just scrap that and just screw in a push
And
connector.
then I would be able to run the tubing that
Yep.
I need from the aqua lifter, just like a push connect into here.
Yep, exactly. That's what I would do if it was me.
I shouldn't have to buy a reactor and then buy a fitting for it, you know?
Well, then just stick on some big
No, I
thick
will.
hose and call it a day.
I'm going to. But like, remember I was talking about earlier, like I bought this thing because it was a secondary chamber. So this is the Skims 122.
Mhm.
And this is the secondary chamber. So it's not big.
Yep.
But it's enough to expend some CO2.
Yep. Yeah, like on my original one, I just put smaller media in the second chamber, so it has more contact time.
I need to screw those pieces in for it to even sit in there. But yeah, so this is what I need to get. That's why somebody was talking about that John fitting.
Yep. So it's called John Geist.
John, all right. So I'll have to get one of those. But I mean, this isn't a bad reactor. It was $350 on BRS.
Yep.
That was $70 or whatever it is. For the actual tank. The CO2 regulator was, I think, $115.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's all said and done, that puts you at $365, like whatever that is, $430.
$500
without filling up. I'd call it $500.
You're $500 all in
without the Apex.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird because like I was showing on this.
Mm-hmm.
Online on the BRS website, and they want me to send them a video or a picture of this because this isn't the inlet they show for the CM122.
Mm-hmm.
They don't show this. It's like a really tiny. It's like where this connects right here.
Yep.
See how so where this whole fitting connects.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a much smaller. I don't know. It's just different. It's not red. It's not black. It's like a blue and white fitting, which is not what you get with it. So, like, we're really interested in what you actually got because if our website is not correct, we want to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another couple questions. So, I'm probably going to run this just because, like, I don't really care about the bubble rate, but I got to fill this up with RO, huh?
Either RO or mineral oils, one of the two.
Same with this too. This is my bubble counter for the actual.
Yep. So they're both doing the same thing. I filled up both mine for fun. Technically.
Yeah. Why not?
Pretty much. Just use RO.
Just to see. These aren't tied down. That's why everything keeps falling off.
Yep.
Nothing's tied down. But as far as the everything it's set up, I just need to figure out how to get into here.
Yep.
And then fill that up, and we're good to go.
Yep. Just go to Home Depots, Lowe's, whatever you got, and then just buy one of those little adapters. They'll be in the plumbing section. They're fairly standard. It'll be like...
This would be cool, dude. I'm excited.
It's probably like $3 to $5, and then you're ready to roll. Should be good. Is that it?
Yeah, super excited about a calcium reactor, though.
Yeah. They're fun. They're nice. I find it less finicky than dosing. It kind of keeps it pretty damn stable, and a little tweak here and there, and you're good.
All right, let me eject myself. There it goes.
Fairly well, second mic.
All right, what time is it? 12:15. What do you got? You're 12:15 up there now, right?
No, 9:15.
I thought you were like just north of me. I didn't think you were over that way.
Well, I was 2 days ago.
No, yeah. True.
That made for a long day because I realized I woke up at like 7 and then I got home and then I went to bed at like 12:31. So that's like waking up at like 4 in the morning to like, yeah, it's a long day the other day.
Shortly after the time change too.
Yep. So at the time, it's like 4 hours difference.
Yeah.
Messed with me a bit. I'm still kind of beat, but.
So KOR is coming up soon.
Are you going? You're going Saturday, you said you can't make, but Sunday?
I don't know. If I really push for a Saturday, I could probably make it happen. But I know I just want to. I don't want to go to a big like frag swap when I'm not ready for coral. That's my issue.
It will be fun regardless. I don't know.
I know, but it's like there's I'm gonna walk around, look at everything, and there's so much
Yeah.
stuff to look at. So
You can get easy corals though. You don't have to go crazy.
I'm gonna turn this light off.
All right. Like if you've met Scott, he's like a bundle of energy, and I
haven't yet, and I told him I just want to come to your store with my gimbal and make a video, and he was like totally fine, cool with it.
Yep.
Because it's crazy because I have more subscribers than he does, but he's like way more well known than I am. I didn't know any of you guys knew him until recently.
Yeah. He's a good guy. I met him at Reef Palooza last year.
I like him too. He's just a nice dude. I'll talk to him a few times.
Super, super duper nice guy. But I actually met him years ago, and then I've met him in person last year, like a year ago. And yeah, super cool guy. So should be fun.
Yeah, we did the only like interaction I have with him is like Facebook messaging, or like we did like a Facebook hangouts, if you will, for a little while about like me and I told him I don't have any good fish stores around me. I didn't ask him for anything except for the fact that I would video your store.
How far away is he? I'll make a video of his store when I go there. What's that?
He does a lot of live stuff.
Yeah, he's constantly on there. He does like a weekly Facebook live stream. So he's more on Facebook than YouTube.
Dude, I've seen some videos of like live streams of his, and he's like just probably 3 months ago.
Yeah.
A huge fish haul.
I was on one a month ago on his.
I know. Well, that's why I found out you knew him, because I watched that thing.
Nice.
Oh, we talked about this too. You did a talk for Apex.
Yep.
You don't have it, do you?
What's that?
You did a talk for Apex, and you don't even have it.
I have an Apex.
No, but you did a talk for Neptunes at some kind of something.
At Macna at the Neptune meetup.
Nobody has it so that I can listen to.
No, it didn't record it.
That's crazy, man.
I know.
I want to hear it. It's all about controllability and the Neptunes, and yeah, controllability.
I don't know. I should just turn that content to a bunch of video one of these days.
You should, because the reason I know that is because I heard you on, surprisingly, the dude from Maine. What's his name?
Gibbs.
What's his name? He's from Maine.
From Maine. I don't know.
Yeah. He does like saltwater radio on.
Peter,
that's where I heard.
Reef News Network, Peter, or what's the other one? Saltwater Aquarium. Jeff.
Saltwater radio.
Jeff. Right? Is it Jeff?
It is Jeff. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. You weren't responding, you
That's when you were talking about that Neptunes invited you to do a talk about control.
That was the first time I've ever done a talk in front of like a big group of people. And there was almost 400 people.
I bet you did well.
That was intense. But yeah, it worked out pretty good. Hey.
I know, I want to hear it. I want to hear that talk.
The whole reason I was in Toronto last weekend is because the guy that put on that show was in the audience. He said, "Hey, come talk at my show." I was like, all right. So I did. So you never know.
Yeah, I remember listening to it. It's like right after I got the second version of Apex. The first one I had, I didn't use it to any of its potential. It was like a glorified temperature controller for me. So this one I'm trying to like, use it for.
Okay, so check. Exactly. Okay, I met a lady last Friday in Niagara Falls. Beautiful tank. Like 200, I think it's a 230-gallon, 7-foot tank. Gorgeous tank. She has an Apex on it. It is a pH temperature controller. That is it.
Yeah, dude.
She doses.
What are we doing with our money?
She doses by hand. She auto tops off by hand. Her tank has the most acros I've ever seen in my life, and they're like big and gorgeous and amazing. So I filmed her.
She's got a probe as a controller.
Yeah, but it's a temperature and a pH control. That's it. She doesn't use it to control or automate anything. Absolutely. because we're example automate the heck out of my tank, you know. And she's like,
Did you have any of your friends with the latest old school? I can't say old school, but the previous generation Apex.
the classic.
I heard like 3 of them in the past like 6 weeks on my Facebook, and then I saw Travis did it from Fisher Hacks. Shit the bed. Their previous generation Apex just crapped out.
They had a bunch of them had an issue for one night. There was one.
I saw Neptune's posted something about it. There may be something.
So there was an issue with one of the servers the classics were talking to, and they know how to handle it, so they kept rebooting themselves, trying to reconnect. And the newer ones didn't have this issue, only the classics. So it was something buggery in the software of the old ones.
Sure.
I had like 3 people message me that night, be like, "Is your Apex working?" I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Are you new or older?" And they all had classics. So,
hey, you don't have a display on your Apex, right?
Nope. On the classic I did, and I sold it with it when I upgraded.
But you don't have like an iPad or nothing like displaying anything, right?
I used to, but I just pull up the phone if I need it.
No, because I bought it was $40 for an Amazon Fire 7 or something. It was $40.
Cheap.
I need to run a certain browser for it to show a full screen Neptune's.
Probably, yeah. There's so many. Just play with it, make it full screen, and if you want to use it, there's usually like a Android app kind of you can plug in whatever to make it so the screen doesn't go to sleep, and you can use a little tablet screen.
Yeah.
That's your cheapest, best bang for your buck are those little Fire tablets.
Yeah, $40.
Yeah, it's cheap. I don't know how do you even make it that cheap? It blows my mind.
I spent half the money on the stand for it.
Oh yeah, the freaking holder probably costs as much as the tablet does.
The holder was $20. It was like $19.99 for the holder.
I know. This piece of plastic is half the price of this little piece of technology, screens and battery. Yeah, it's crazy. It's because they're like, oh, we'll make like 500 of these stands, and then China like, let's make 1 billion of these freaking Fire tablets.
And there's somebody sitting there with a digital printer, 3D printer like yourself, trying to make some stuff over and over and over and over.
Yep, exactly.
Are you running RFGs?
I have one on my tank. I have one that's a flat one. I have one on two. Hi?
I'm on the fence.
Okay. So, in my experience with them, they work well if you have enough flow for them. If your flow is really weak, then I don't feel there's a big benefit. But you have decent flow, then you get.
I run low flow out of my return.
Yeah, so then you still get some benefit, but you don't get a massive random flow thing. At least when I was playing. So, like in the Nano, I felt like I wanted to upgrade my return pump to get more benefit from it. And in the big tank, it did a good job. So. I find the more flow, the more effective they are, is my analysis.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you came in here. I wanted to debate about calcium reactors.
What else you got?
And I thought I all figured out, and I wanted somebody to prove me wrong, and you did.
Happy to help.
Kind of getting late, and I'm thinking about cutting the stream off. I see the chats are going pretty good right now.
Sounds good. Anything else you want to know about them, calcium reactors, while we're at it?
No. Actually, so I bought the small bag of Reborn, and I bought the small bag of Neo Mag. What is it? Neo Mag, right?
Yep.
Is it a 10-to-1 ratio?
Okay, so two little fishes. Okay, so Neomag is Brightwell's. Remag is two little fishies. I think it was about 10-to-1. However, I found that to be very weak. So I added more than two little fishies recommended.
So what are you using?
I think that, like,
I did a lot of research. It seemed like the Reborn was like was the bee's knees for reactor media. And then I read that all the magnesium supplements are like the same,
Probably. But basically, you could add a bunch, whatever it recommends. And then I found what it recommended. My mags still seemed low to me, so then I dumped in some more into the chamber. You can always add more in, right? Just put it in your glass and leave it on the top, and it's easy to just take some out or add some in if it's off. Yep.
I think other than that, here's a question. Because I have the tank right next to me with the regulator on it.
Yep.
When it's time, when I fill this CO2 tank up,
yep,
to connect the regulator, do I need like PVC tape or anything? Or I just tighten up with like a wrench and then call it a day?
Just use a wrench. There's a little O-ring gasket inside of the regulator.
I don't need to bother with like the PVC tape, the white tape, or do none of that.
Yeah, so that's Teflon tape. If you change your John Geist fitting, I put it on that one. But yeah, on the regulator itself.
As far as like the metal fittings, there's no need.
No, because it should have an O-ring in it.
Sure.
Yeah, so just your John Geist one. If you're that little,
I don't know.
Whatever it's called, barb fitting by your pump, I would put Teflon tape on.
So all the like plastic fittings.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, basically. Basically, yeah, you got it.
Here's a question: do I buy a pH controller or just not worry about the pH of my tank?
Don't worry about your tank.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't care what the pH of my tank is.
No.
I've been chasing
and
for
if you
years.
know, you're gonna want to chase it, so it will get you into more trouble than it's worth.
I've been chasing for years, and it just does me no good.
Pretty much. In theory, higher pH will grow stuff a little bit faster, but I find most people
really
chase
noticeable?
Who knows?
Splitting hairs.
I know, maybe it's a little bit bigger, and then you're like, yeah, it's so this, and then in like 10 years from now, you'd be like, man, my curls grow too fast.
10 years from now, you've got an extra 1.25 inches.
You'll be like, everyone come over and breathe on my tank, so I don't have to prune it as much. I know. It's like so much of this hobby is like you can do a lot of it easy, and then it costs a lot to get that extra little bit. Is it worth it? I don't know.
Before you know, you had a budget of $400 and you spent $1,500 on it.
Yep, sounds about right.
Because of all the extras you had to get them.
Yep, I don't want to know. I don't even want to know what I spent on my tank over the years.
Oh, I know. Yes, sir.
It's safer when you don't think about it.
I'm going to avoid that question. I just threw out a number out to ask me.
I know.
But the hard part is like I can like throw out a dummy number for the actual setup,
but
I don't have livestock in it yet. That's where it's like, here we go again. You just built it. Now it's like second stage of spending.
Fish aren't even bad. It's coral. That's the dangerous part.
No.
It's addicting. You're like, oh, that's a lovely frag. Oh, there goes the $80. Oh, that's another lovely one. There's another $50.
It's like 500 for 7 frags because
Yeah, my lights are dimmed down now. But even like this little rainbow egg can I have, like I think I spent $80 on one head, and now it has a ton. I'm like, that's worth a lot of money now. There's like 20 heads on it, and to think I paid $80 for one. Huh?
Turn your camera around.
It's all like going to bed now, but my bills see it. But like, it's not really big and puffy. I literally think I spent $80 on one head of that guy. Now there's like tons on it now.
Yeah, I remember when I first got into the hobby and I was starting to stock my tank. It was like $15 for one head of Ross's, and there was 3 of them. I was like, okay, all right, whatever. $75 on 3 heads. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
weeds.
Those are all Rastas. It was like $20 for 2 heads, and now I have tons of them. But
it's crazy.
Yep, 2 heads years ago.
What's the next fad? The Walt Disney seems to be it right now, from what I see.
Yeah.
Everybody, Walt Disney, everybody.
Where's my little dinky one? I bought the tiniest frag ever. See that little? You can barely even freaking see it on there. That little tiny one.
Yep. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
Orange Passion. That's another overly priced crazy one.
Like the Jawbreakers, like stupid money, and it's just because they're colorful.
Yep. That's another scary, expensive one. So hopefully it lives.
You buy frags and you put them in the tank and you're scared.
Well, it
I mean,
dies.
you have a nice setup, so you probably shouldn't be too scared. But either way, that's what I'm. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like that guy's growing really well lately. Some of them are doing pretty good. Red Dragon's been happy. That's good. I've added that one multiple times until it finally was happy. This guy though, when it colors up, it's super cool. If you Google what's it called? Anapora, something like that.
Yeah, it's like an Anna Acropora. Yep, I know what you're saying.
It's orange with green polyps, and it's like a really different orange. I've never seen that color in a coral before. So I hope it lives.
Do you find a lot of coral from like local no-name guys?
Well, most of it is just from buddies I trade with and stuff. Last weekend I went a little crazy on stuff just because I'm trading for all the stuff that I never see around here. Like all these crazy toads I don't see in different things.
You ever go to somebody's house and the pictures look better and you get there and you don't want to buy anything?
Oh, I found lots of good stuff. But yeah, I prefer to buy stuff in person.
I've been to like places like I go there and like the pictures are way better. I get there and I'm looking through their frag tanks and like I don't want any of it. And I feel bad telling them, like I just drove 45 minutes to get to you, an hour and a half.
Anyway.
And I don't want any. Like, I don't want it. Sorry, looks great, but
good.
That's why I just bought a rainbow mod. That's I just wasted $40. It cannot stay alive in the tank that I have now. Totally wasted $40, but I didn't want to be an asshole.
Why do you say it can't stay alive?
Because it's not staying alive. Because it's a little 28-gallon like holding tank. It's been like a holding tank for the last year.
So why can't it live?
Yeah, there's like 19 gallons of water volume like all together.
You know what though? At one point I bought a bunch of stuff before. There's some really cool goniopores. But so before I had my tank, or I had a nano tank, and I was upgrading to my bigger fancy tank, I bought off this guy that was selling it. He had some really smoking deals on some like huge corals. So I bought a bunch, and they would not physically fit in my little 20 or 30 gallon tank at the time. So they were living in a 5-gallon bucket for like a month with a heater and a power head. And I just did like a weekly water change on it. So if they can live in a 5-gallon bucket with a light on it and a heater and a power head.
No, but they're bleaching out. I have that one rainbow money cap. And I was like, all right, my tank should be cycled soon. If it dies, F it, like whatever. But now
Is it that guy?
Now it's starting to whiten out, and it's like Now it's starting to whiten out, and I'm like, I can't do anything. I've done a 10-gallon water change. It's still going. It's just like game.
So it's either likely alkalinity swings or too much light. Generally, it's one of the two if it's bleaching.
So when I did my I don't even care about. Again, I don't even care about the tank. It's just like it's mainly a fish holding tank for when my tank is sank, I can put them all in. Then the main focus around this whole tank was because I have a yellow Watchman goby who's been with me for 4 years, and that's my main focus. It's my little buddy, you know.
Yep.
So I tested alkalinity with the Hannah checker. It was 7.1.
Yep.
That's where it's sitting. I checked it like later. It was 7.2, 7.1, same thing.
Okay, as long as it's consistent. Like 7's a little low.
It's a little low. Yeah.
It's a little low, but it's doable. Like you can keep it at 7, and it should be happy.
Stony coral. The only basically for right now, yeah. It's the only stony coral in my tank right now is that little frag of that rainbow money. It's getting there. So what I think is like I'm kind of chalking it up as a $40 loss already, but I'm gonna put it next to it.
Well,
I've learned that SPS come back out of nowhere after time. They absolutely they do.
Don't give on it. Don't give up on it right away.
Don't take them out. Leave them in there for a little while.
I've had ones that have almost bit the dust and came back, and same with Micromesas, acons. I had some that were dying. There's literally like a speck left, and it took like 6 months, but they came back, and now I have a green and purple one again.
Yep, it's cool.
Yep.
All right, guys, it's we're getting late.
Bedtime.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
That's good.
Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on because I wanted to talk about calcium reactors because I mean, there's a lot of us. I was talking to DC and he was just like me. It's everything we're talking about is based on what we've read and watched, and just we were talking like, man, I wish I had like a year's worth of calcium reactor experience, just like using it for like a year, just so you can talk about it. But it's just like, oh, again, anecdotal, not even anecdotal. It's all about research and what we think. So it was nice to talk to somebody who actually knows what they're talking about.
I do a lot of experiments just for like my own knowledge.
We know. It's everybody in this chat over here. But it always works for you somehow.
I just play, I experiment a lot. I'm like, oh, I wonder what happens if I do this. Like, I've tried kelp, I've tried dosing, just to try. I'm like, oh, what happens if I do this? I don't know. That's like to experiment, see what happens, figure out things.
It is working. All right, KOR. I'm gonna try and get there.
Do it.
At least for the Sunday event. I'll go. I want to get to Ocean State for at least the Sunday event.
Nice.
So do you know the dates?
May the 4th. Be with you. So that's May the 4th for KOR and May the 5th. May the 4th be with
you. So the 4th of
May.
Is it May? Yeah. Okay.
May the 4th, Star Wars Day.
All right. So the 4th of May.
Yep.
Maybe we'll take the day off. What are you coming in for? Just a couple days? You gonna stay for the 3rd, 4th, 5th? What are you doing?
I am coming in Friday and leaving, I think, Wednesday.
So you're gonna be here for a good few days.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make it a point.
Yeah, it'll be good, man.
All right, guys. Everybody in the chat, I am sorry again. I get somebody in here and I forget about the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I start talking and I don't even watch the chat. So everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys coming. Devin, I appreciate you coming too. I appreciate you clarifying calcium reactors. I'm gonna end the stream now, and we will all talk soon. Thanks.
Later, guys.
And we'll talk soon.